go to see a show, but Miss Kate said no. I'll tell you what you can do. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Casey saw all the games, knew the players by their first names, told the umpire he was wrong all along, good and strong. When the score was just 2-2, Casey knew what to do. Just to cheer up the boys she knew, she made the gang sing this song. Take me out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Baltimore, you are seeing history being made today.
O-R-I-O-L-E-S. Magic, 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 magic. Orioles magic, magic.
Greetings, folks, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where this afternoon the Baltimore Orioles will be playing the final game of a 3-game series and final game this season against the Washington Nationals. Here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. How you doing, everybody? It's your old pal, the BirdWatcher here. People call me BW for short. That works for me. Folks, I've spent about the past 16 hours putting my heart back together. Took the entire time off to take the million pieces my heart was broken into yesterday and stitch it all back together. The Orioles losing yesterday in stupefying fashion. Losing in such a way that has become all too common in recent days. In fact, this is the 3rd straight series, I think we can safely say, that we lost a game that was absolutely, just pick an adjective. I don't know. It's a virtual buffet of adjectives to choose from, none of them good. The first game against the Dodgers, the last game against the Angels, and a game against the Nats yesterday. You think about how we lost those 3 games, and if we would have won them, what are we looking at here? What are we looking at here? Well, we are currently 39-45. We win 3. We're 42-42. We are 500 right now, already. If it weren't for those 3 games playing out the way that they did. And here we are, 6 games under. And once you get to the second half of the season, folks, those that number, that magic number, that ability to climb back, it gets more and more difficult incrementally, or what's the word? It increases, the difficulty increases exponentially. Is that the word? I don't know. It just gets tougher, obviously, as the games start to shave away. Not only running out of time, depending on how many teams you have ahead of you, you got a leapfrog. Some of those teams need to start playing poorly in combination with playing better. It's a lot of work to do, folks. We have, about 75 games left to go. Today is game number, is it 85? 85. So that's 77 games to play after today. Still time. And we do have some reinforcements today. Let's talk about something positive. The Orioles do have a couple of players back, a regular and a guy trying to establish himself to be a regular. Adley Rutschman is off the concussion list. He is in the starting lineup today. And back after a longer layoff, Dylan Beavers. Folks, Beavers is back.
Got Bush. We've got Bush.
That's right. We certainly do. Both the guys are in the lineup here today, Rutschman and Beavers. I was assuming Beavers was going to come back for this series based on the amount of playing time he had in his rehab assignment. And then yesterday during the pregame, I open up the news and notes and I see Beavers had gone 1 for 20, and I hear Mike Elias saying we expect him back pretty soon. So I was a little bit surprised to see that he was activated today. But here he is. Dylan Beavers is in the lineup. First, let's take a look at this pitching matchup, folks, on this Sunday afternoon. Apparently there is rain in the area. Right? Is that right? Looks like this game's going to start on time. Not sure if there's going to be delay during the ball game, but weather might be a factor today. Kyle Bradish will take the mound for the Orioles in this rubber match. A 5-7 record with a 3.4 or 6.4. God, I can't wait to get new glasses. 3.64 ERA with a 1.45 WHIP. That's over 89 innings pitched for Bradish. 87 hits given up, 94 strikeouts to 42 walks. He's given up 11 home run balls. We'll be facing a right-hander, former Tampa Bay Ray, Zack Littell. Littell has had a pretty subpar season, ERA at 5.40, a record of 6-6, 1.37 WHIP. 75 innings on the season, giving up 80 hits, 46 strikeouts, only 46 Ks in 75 innings. Oriole hitters yesterday were striking out at an alarming rate against the national starter, Foster Griffin. In fact, of the first 9 outs, the first 3 innings of the ball game, 8 of the 9 outs were strikeouts for Griffin. Littell here, he's only averaging a strikeout about 1 every other inning, 4.5 per 9. Well, no, it's a little better than that, about 5 per 9. But in the modern game for a starting pitcher, that is a very low strikeout rate. 46 Ks, 23 walks, and he's also given up 21 home runs. 21 homers. That's a lot. I don't think I've come across a pitcher yet this season who's given up 20 or more homers. He's on pace to give up about 40 on the season. That's a bunch. So I would hope we can leave the yard here at least once today. Oh, by the way, of course, there had to be some corresponding moves to activate Rutschman and Beavers. One move makes complete sense. The other one might turn some heads. Sam Huff has been DFA'd. We'll see if he clears the waivers and rejoins the team in AAA. So, again, no surprise with that move, having carried 3 catchers. And we couldn't figure out a way to get Huff into a ball game anyway. Almost did yesterday. Had the game continued into another inning. Jackson Holliday had pinch hit for Chadwick Tromp. So Tromp survives the cut. Sam Huff's the one to depart. The other move, though, Jeremiah Jackson. Jeremiah has been optioned back to AAA. A lot of people might be wondering, really, we're going to do that? We're not going to just say thanks for nothing, Tyler O'Neill, and just part ways with this guy? I mean, we are now in the second half of Tyler O'Neill's contract. And again, just much like talking about how the season, once you get into the second half, things kind of escalate or accelerate and speed up, and time seems to run down a little quicker, but I feel the same way about O'Neill's contract. At this point, there's a year left plus the remainder of this year. I don't know what the Orioles have in mind going into 2027. I don't know what Major League Baseball has in mind going into next season, but I just don't see, based on what we've seen through more than half of his contract, a reason to set aside a spot in the lineup for this guy. It just doesn't seem to be a signing that has worked out for us. And again, are we going to spend a whole entire another year with this guy? I don't know. Again, the earlier you cut a guy like O'Neill with a contract like that, then the more you're sort of self-indicating as a general manager that you made a giant mistake in signing him in the first place. And I feel like Mike Elias might just do whatever it takes to keep O'Neill around and hope that he catches fire and at least in some capacity justifies the signing and makes Elias maybe not look so bad. But right now it's a lose-lose situation. I mean, if you cut him today, it was still a bad signing. And even if he does go on a little bit of it's going to have to be a significant tear. He's going to have to put this team on his back for a solid couple of weeks. And where we go 10-2 over a couple of weeks or something before I'm ready to say, let's rethink this. But anyway, I'm digressing. What else is going on, folks? There are the Orioles right now. First pitch is about 8 minutes away. Starting lineups. I suppose you might want to know those. Here it is for the visiting Washington Nationals. James Wood will lead off for the third game in a row, but today he's going to DH. Luis Garcia Jr. will bat second and play first base. Curtis Mead will hit third and play third. C.J. Abrams is the cleanup hitter at shortstop. Dylan Cruz is in right field today. He'll bat fifth. Dalen Lyle hitting sixth in left field. Jacob Young in center field batting seventh. Your beat Vivas will hit eighth and play second base. And Keibert Ruiz, switch hitting catcher, batting ninth. Pretty good number 9 hitter for the Nats. A catcher with a .276 average, 6 homers, 30 RBI, even got a couple of stolen bases in there. There's the Nationals lineup. For the Orioles, again, a couple of guys in the lineup that have been out for different periods of time, but a couple of guys back from injury. We have Taylor Ward in left field leading off, Gunnar Henderson hitting second at shortstop, Adley Rutschman back in the number 3 spot and doing the catching. Pete Alonso is the cleanup hitter. He will DH today, getting a day off from the field. And playing at first base and hitting behind him in the 5 spot, Samuel Basallo. I think this is his first start in 2026 at first base. There might have been a game this year where defensively late in the ball game, for whatever reason, I think he might have had an inning or two over there. Maybe not. He had a couple of games over there during his cup of coffee last year and has had some reps there in spring training. We'll see how that goes for Basallo today. I said it months ago, and this is when Sammy, defensively behind the plate was just not looking major league ready for me. And I was speculating whether or not he was ever going to be a major league caliber catcher on a defensive in a defensive capacity. I see him probably eventually becoming a first baseman or a DH or some combination thereof down the road. I mean, there's been a lot of catchers that have switched positions. If it doesn't happen on their rise to the show, then somewhere early on in the show, they move somewhere else. Trying to think of some examples you might. B.J. Surhoff, Oriole fan favorite. He came up with the Brewers as a catcher. Did you know that? And B.J. Surhoff was a pretty versatile dude, but I don't think when he was with us that we ever asked him once to catch, but that was his position. Coming up, I remember I had a B.J. Surhoff Brewers rookie card. I think it was a Topps card, maybe like an 88 Topps. And I remember that card. He's sitting there crouching with a catcher's mitt on. It might have even been one of those Topps Future Stars cards or whatever. Rated rookies. I think that was Donruss. Folks, I used to collect baseball cards. That used to be a fun activity. Anyway, I digress. There are the lineups. Orioles come in 6 games under 500. We're a half a game behind the Blue Jays after losing yesterday. We were tied there for a few hours. Had a chance to leapfrog them in the standings, but we lost. In fact, look at the top of the division. Tampa has come back and caught up to the Yankees. Tampa's won 4 in a row. The Yankees have lost 3 in a row, and the two are right now in a virtual tie with Tampa ahead on percentage points, having played 2 less games. The Yankees split their 2 extra games, so Tampa slightly ahead, but it's a virtual tie for first place now. Tampa and the Yankees, both teams 14 games over 500. Toronto's 5 games under. We're 6 under. Boston is 13 under. They are 2.5 behind us, but they have won 3 in a row. I guess Boston is that a 4-game series that started on Thursday between the Yankees and Red Sox? Because if that's the case, Boston has a chance for a 4-game sweep of the Yankees today. Folks, go Red Sox. Go Red Sox. I mean, I don't want them to get so hot as to catch up to us. But they picked the right time to win 3 in a row. And go ahead and make it 4. Sweep the Yankees in a 4-game series, please. Game time temperature today is only 75 degrees. It might be kind of muggy out there, though, with the impending rain in the area. It is showing an icon of cloudy skies and scattered storms. Home plate umpire today is Jansen Visconti. I can only hope he'll improve upon the performance behind the plate yesterday by a man named Corey Blazer. That guy stunk. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let's check Rock Kabatko's Twitter feed, see if there's a couple of other headlines worth mentioning here. First pitch, again, just a couple of minutes away now. Please, folks, if you're watching along, do me a favor and get ready to get synced up with me. Again, if you're watching on your TV or whatever device while listening to me call the game, you're going to want to get synced up. And the best way to do that is to get ready to pause that game you're watching and do so right after the first pitch. If it's put in play, let the play run itself. Let it run its course. But after that first pitch, you pause the game and then allow me to catch up and call that first pitch. Again, if it's put in play, let me call it till its completion. And then as soon as I've done that, you hit that unpause, tap that screen, whatever you got to do to get the game playing again. And now we're synced up for the remainder of the afternoon, at least in theory, I hope. We had some lag issues for a little bit yesterday. I'm really not sure how the experience works out for you guys. If you ever want, as a group, to be like, hey, BW, we might need to do another one of those synchronization things. Let me know. But again, if you find yourself ever sort of off and ahead of me, just practice the same thing. Pick the first pitch of an at-bat and pause. You know, let's say Dylan Beavers is up to hit, and you already know you're ahead of me. Something happened. Well, when Beavers takes that first pitch or fouls it off or whatever, that first pitch to that, whoever it might be, just pause it and do the same thing. Wait for me to catch up. All right? Does it make sense, folks? I wish I could explain that more often throughout the game as people show up that might not be here at the start. Those people probably need to hear it more than the people that come here at the beginning of every game. You guys know already. But, yeah, like a lot of things, once the game gets started, I tend to neglect or forget to address things like that. Folks, I'm also dealing with some sinus issues. If you hear me sniffing or making any kind of noise that you just don't want to hear somebody make over a microphone, I apologize in advance. I'm very self-conscious about any sort of throat clearing or, coughing or doing anything into the microphone that you just don't want to hear. But it's such where I might have a reaction that I can't get my voice away from the microphone quick enough. So apologies in advance for that. Sinuses are going crazy. I think it has to do, again, I'm dealing with some weather out here that is really miserable. I just checked, 104 degrees with the heat index, and it is after midnight. Apparently there is rain coming this week. I hope so. We are long overdue out here. Again, it's just, you can just feel it in the air when you go outside, like there are clouds out there. They are full of rain, but it just won't break. And with each passing day that doesn't break, the temperature outside gets a little hotter. The humidity goes up a little more as well, and it's just so uncomfortable out there. Kyle Bradish is taking his final warm-up tosses, folks. Orioles are wearing their orange jersey tops with white pants today. All right, let's check in with the Charm City chat. Try to say hello to as many people as we can before the first pitch. Again, we've got one assignment today, win the ball game, so we can win this series and look ahead to the White Sox coming to town starting tomorrow night for 3 games. Another must-win series. Every series is a must-win series right now, folks. George Ford, Rob Freeman, Rob A. Joseph, Edward Bowers, Buckskull Gangenhouse, and let's see, Matt Abel, Charm City Tony, Chowalore, Stickler Demon, Shante Holland, Christopher Haas, William Antonucci, and Carl Schaefer's here. And that's about it. Folks, how many people we got here? 84. Okay. That's pretty much where we were before first pitch yesterday. And we had a really nice turnout yesterday. I feel like I'm in a better position to address that. Didn't want to really talk about it much after the kind of loss we had yesterday, but very nice turnout for the game here on the channel yesterday. That is encouraging. All right, we're ready for the first pitch of the ball game, folks. It is James Wood in the batter's box. Kyle Bradish is in his set position, and here comes the first pitch. It is over the plate but low for ball 1. There you go. We are underway in this series finale, and again, final game head-to-head against the Nationals this season. We already played the reverse series in D.C. 1-0 pitch to Wood, just off the plate at the top outside corner. And it's 2-0. James Wood has 20 home runs on the season already, batting .257. Here's a first strike thrown by Bradish, and it's fouled away. Let's see if I can get this full screen. The 2-1 pitch. And another foul ball, this one right behind the plate. Count 2-2 to the opening batter of the ball game. Bradish, like most of this rotation in the past few trips through, have had some good starts. 2-2, that misses. Curveball laid off low and away. And it's a full count to the first batter. Folks, be sure to hit that like button, please. Go ahead and just get that out of the way. The sooner the better. We can get it up to 50 here. Here's the payoff pitch, and that ball's hit to left. Ward backing up and moving to his right. He's got it. One down. Pretty well hit there by Wood, but Ward playing not too far from where this ball was hit to. He's got it. First out of the ball game, folks. And with that, let's move over to the main screen here. There we are. Cloudy skies, folks. Luis Garcia Jr., left-handed hitting first baseman. And here's a little roller that's toward the second base bag. It is fielded by Gunnar on the run. He throws over to first in time. And down goes Garcia Jr. So 2 outs on 7 pitches. After 6 to the first batter, just 1 here to get out number 2. And here is Australian national Curtis Mead. Mead's average at .222. He's got 14 homers and 39 RBI. He started the Friday night game with the lefty Rogers on the mound, was left on the bench until a pinch hit roll later against a righty yesterday. So I'm assuming he's in somewhat of a platoon, but they have him in here against a righty today. Andres Chaparro, the left-handed option, passed up on this one. That pitch is upstairs. It's a count of 1-1 to Mead. Finally, somebody made the coffee right. The 1-1 pitch, that misses down a slider. Early doors here. Bradish doesn't look too bad, but doesn't look at his sharpest either. A 2-1 pitch. There's a strike. That slider hitting the outside corner, or outside edge, I should say. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the top of the first, folks. Here is the 2-2. Check swing roller toward the first base bag. Bradish is going to pick it up and take it to first just in time. Samuel Basayo, a bystander. Bradish, ever the casual guy, just sitting there chomping on his bubble gum. Kind of a close play there at the bag. The runner hustling down the line there. But the inning is over. Bradish faces a 1-2-3 inning there. Bottom of the first coming up, folks. Nationals nothing. Orioles coming up to hit. It'll be Ward, Gunnar, and Adley Rutschman. Welcome back, Adley. All right. What is shaking? Couple of things I wanted to bring up. First of all, I had the Masson pregame show up. I was kind of listening to it as I was prepping my own live stream here in my own private studio. But one of the pregame hosts had one of the stupidest stats I ever heard. He was talking about how the Orioles, since they called up Adley Rutschman in 2022, that they're a team that's played something like 45 games over 500. And I'm sitting there going, dude, you do realize that 40 of those games over 500 happened in 2023, was it? Or 20? What year did we win 101 games? 2023, right? We were pretty much 40 games over in that season alone. So, and we know how special of a season that was, but if you're looking at the bigger picture, we're barely over 500 otherwise. And if you're looking at, of course, at the last couple of seasons, we're nowhere near a winning team. So just a very cherry-picked stat that means nothing. Another thing I wanted to bring up that's just kind of funny, folks. I saw a commercial that was advertising. It was like an Airbnb, but for vacation properties. I'll explain in a second. Here's the first pitch, and it's a ground ball by Taylor Ward to shortstop C.J. Abrams with a routine play, and Ward does something that we saw Jackson Holliday do a lot when he would hit leadoff, or Gunnar for that matter, make a first pitch out. That is not the Taylor Ward we're used to hitting leadoff. He hit the ball 103 off the bat, but did not produce a positive result. Here's Gunnar Henderson. He has had a rough start to this homestand. Got his first hit after going 0 for 9 in his final at-bat yesterday, and it came right after we had our ghost runner cut down at home plate. Had he held on to third base, Gunnar was up, hit next. He got a base hit, and you just wonder what would have been had we not screwed up again. The count 1-1 on Gunnar, and he fouls that pitch off, 1-2. Yeah, we won 91 games, right, in 2024. So that's, I think we were 20 over in 20. We went like 91 and 71, I want to say. Pitch high to Gunnar. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes.
His name's Gunnar, and he's dating my mom.
Folks, the room is growing. The like count isn't really growing as much. Let's at least get it to 50, folks. Gunnar pops it up on the right side near the foul line. Second baseman draping the first baseman and making the catch. Catch made out there at second base by Yorbeat Vivas. That is the second out. And folks, Adley Rutschman is back.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Adley Rutschman is back. Show Gunnar how to lead a team, Adley. First pitch is taken for a strike, belt high, middle of the plate. Adley had hit the concussion list with a .254 average. Picking things up from there. And that ball is going to bounce. It's going to drop over the infield into shallow center field for a base hit. There you go, Adley. Welcome back. That's how you do it. Turn on that faucet. That ball definitely not hit on the sweet spot, but he drove it right back to where it came from and got it over the infield. Here's Pete Alonso. First pitch strike on a slider. Pete.
A polar bear stirs.
He had a big hit in the 8th inning rally that tied the ball game at 3 yesterday. The count 1-1 on Alonso. His average right now at .252. Numbers are pretty much on pace to have a standard Pete Alonso season. Swing and a miss, 1-2, as Littell throws him a splitter there. Two down, a runner at first. The count of a ball and 2 strikes to Alonso. Littell's pitch. That's a splitter, but it drops below the zone, and Alonso lays off that one. To even up the count. Littell's best pitch is his slider, and it's his only effective pitch, at least compared to the rest of the league, as I saw a graphic thrown up there by Masson. All of his other pitchers are subpar, and his fastball is one of the worst in the league. He's given up 14 home runs on the fastball out of those 21 homers he's given up. And that puts him near the top of the list in that department. 3-2 pitch is fouled off. Rutschman was off with 2 down. He'll go back to first. Folks, how about a bugle here? Two down, full count. Adley at first. Alonso waiting on the payoff pitch, and he lifts it into center field. Come on, carry. That ball is gone. Bye, birdie. The polar bear goes deep to straightaway center field. That ball bounced in front of the batter's eye. 437 feet. A bomb to straightaway center. And an early lead for the Orioles. It's 2-0 in the first. Folks.
It's magic, you know.
First pitch to Sammy. Check swing. He went around. Home plate ump making the call 0-1.
You believe in magic.
Basayo at 254 with a dozen homers and 3 dozen RBI. The 0-1 and Sammy fouls it away. 2 strikes, 2 out. Alonso. Boy, you move him back into that cleanup spot with Rutschman hitting ahead of him. Adley gets the 2-out hit. Alonso hits the bomb. We really needed Rutschman back. 0-2 is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're also going to get good defense behind the plate along with that. And let's see if Dylan Beavers, despite scuffling in his rehab assignment with a 1 for 20, 1 for 20 at the plate, maybe he can inject some life in this team as well. He did draw 5 walks, so that would be 6 times reaching and 25 appearances at the plate. That's a 240 on base. That's still not good, but it's a lot better than a 1 for 20 average. What is that, a .050 batting average? Sammy fouls back another pitch. We got a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Sammy.
105 off the bat for Alonso. Yeah. Sammy reaches out and rolls over on a pitch off the plate outside. He grounds it to second, and he will be retired to end the inning. But the Orioles, the polar bear, the big bat we signed this offseason, Pete Alonso. Folks, again, take a look. Look at the average. Look at the home run total. Look at the RBI total right now. And project those numbers over the course of a full season. And you're looking at a guy that for, what is he making? 20, is it 25 a year? How much is Alonso making here? I tell you what, you're getting one of the best offensive first basemen in baseball, who's also been pretty damn good defensively. I forgot what I was looking up. What was I looking up about him? I forgot. Anyway. Oh, right. Contract. What's his annual salary? Is it $30 million? 5-year, 155. So $31 million. Okay. 30 or $31 million, whatever. He's a $30 million player. But I think he's earning that contract right now. And you compare that to some of the other larger contracts that were signed this offseason, guys like Bo Bichette, guys like Kyle Tucker. They are definitely not. And those were larger, not only contracts in their entirety, but annual salary as well. $40 million a year, I think, for both of those guys. I'm happy we got Alonso. I'm happy with Alonso. Easy to say after getting a 2-run homer in the first, after losing so miserably last night, but I truly am. Great defense. Just took a wrong step to his right the other day, and God, the only time I can really think that he made a mental mistake this season, and it came at just such a poorly timed time. Wow, that was redundant. Allow myself to introduce myself. I just did a Austin Powers. Folks, we're back underway, top of the second, ball 1 to C.J. Abrams. And the next pitch misses inside, 2-0. Yeah, it's Alonso's going to be fine. Two 2-0 to Abrams, and that misses. 3 straight out of the zone to the leadoff man. We just gave Bradish a 2-0 lead. We need that command from Bradish today. I'm still not seeing a whole lot in terms of his breaking pitches. I'm not seeing that sharp breaking curveball or that sharp breaking slider much yet. 16 pitches into his day. He's now 3-1 to Abrams. And there's a sinker hit out to left. Taylor Ward does not have to move. It's right at him. 1 down. Yeah, I haven't seen a slider or a curveball. Maybe one. It's been mostly fastball, sinker. Yeah, I'll try to keep an eye on it here. I love it when his curves and sliders are really working. Maybe he just wants to hold back with those. There's a slider and a nice hard break for a swing and a miss. Dylan Cruz at the plate. And a good slider. Started in the zone and then broke outside and got the chase. 0-1 the count. Pitch. Another one. And that slider had a good break. Okay, the slider is working. The slider is working. Back-to-back pitches to get a chase. And it's 0-2. Paul can't stick around too long, but a hello, and here's a like. Hello, Paul. 0-2 pitch popped up. Right side, Alonso near the tarp is out of... I'm sorry, it's Basayo over there. I'm going to have to get used to this. Sammy playing first base today. If there's one position I can take for granted and normally not have to worry, it's just assuming that Alonso's at first, but Sammy there today. The count is 0-2 on Cruz. And the pitch, that's a slider that misses up for ball 1. Still waiting on a curveball from Bradish. The 1-2, there it is. He busts out the curveball for the first time, and it is a beauty, a swing and a miss, strike 3.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Okay, so he does have it. He was just waiting to unload it to get a strikeout. All right, 2 down. Bradish appears to be in another mood. The batter is Dalen Lyle. Comes in with a .252 average. And that pitch is a little bit high for ball 1. I think you're right, Phantom. I think that's pretty much the only logical conclusion you can come to. in terms of no Blaze. We are blazeless, at least to start this game today. Tough game for Blaze yesterday. It's 2-0 on Lyle. Bradish falls behind another batter. And here's a ball hit out to center field. Moving to his right is Cowser. And he makes the catch. The inning is over. Folks, 2 scoreless innings without giving up a base hit. 6 up, 6 down for Bradish. We go to the bottom of the second. It's the Orioles 2 and the Nationals nothing. And there's a Rick Dempsey commercial with Jonathan Ogden. Look at this low budget ass commercial. What is this? What is that? What is that car thing? What? Oh, I love local ads. Folks. Oh yeah, so listen to this. So speaking of ads, I was watching a YouTube video. There was an ad break, and it was an ad. I just love this. It doesn't really matter what the product is or whatever, but it was an ad for vacation like rentals. Sort of like an Airbnb kind of a thing. And they advertised something like, sign up today and or whatever, and you'll save over $135. And I just had to sit there. I laughed for about 3 straight minutes, and then I just spent another 10 minutes just muttering to myself, like, I hate it when they do that. Save over $135. Well, just tell us, what exactly are we saving? Is $137? What is it? It's not impressive to say over a number that specific. If you want to say over $100, fine. If you want to say over, I don't know. You can't say over $135. It's just tell us what it is. Is it 137? Is it 138? We know it's not 140 because you would say you're saving 140. So just tell us what it is. Hey, folks, look who's up. Remember this guy? Swing and a miss on the first pitch.
Nice beaver.
Thank you.
Dylan Beavers. First plate appearance. On his return from injury, he left with a 243 average. And a pitch in the dirt, a splitter, makes the count 1 ball and 1 strike.
Nice beaver.
Thank you.
Got Bush. We've got Bush.
The 1-1 from Littell is letter high, 2 balls and a strike. Folks, look at all those beavers in the chat. You guys have been deprived of beavers, and that just doesn't sit right with me. Let's all get some beaver fever, folks. 2-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled away. 2-2 the count. Beavers looks a little skinny to me. He looks like he's lost a few pounds and not like he needed to. He looks a little scrawnier. Put a little meat on those bones, Dylan. 2-2 pitch bounces in there. The count goes full. Payoff pitch. And a foul ball. So a nice long AB here. First at bat back. This is what I like about Dylan Beavers when he's hitting well. He works counts, sees a lot of pitches, knows how to draw a walk. Payoff pitch again, and that's hit to the right side near the tarp. Another foul ball. Nobody out. It's the leadoff man, Beavers, here in the bottom of the second. Payoff pitch once more, and that would have been ball 4. Beavers, though, fouling it off. And it's going to be at least a 9-pitch at bat with 4 foul balls from Beavers already. He's seen a few splitters, a couple of sliders, a couple of fastballs so far in this AB. Payoff pitch again, and another foul ball. Folks, how about a bugle for the Beeve? Littell now at 30 pitches, and he's yet to retire a batter in the second inning. 3-2 once more, and he reaches down for this one. Would have been ball 4. He's had a couple of chances to get ball 4. But he's also not going to allow himself to look at a called strike 3. He's in what they call protect mode, folks, and looking for something he can drive. Another 3-2. That's ball 4. And, folks, that is a very impressive at-bat by Dylan Beavers. I mean, is he facing Tarek Skubal? No, he's facing a pretty mediocre pitcher in Zack Littell. But I just want to see other players in this lineup take a page out of Beavers' plate approach. I liked what I saw there. Okay, here's Kobe Mayo. He's playing in the field today after DHing the first couple of games. And he looks at a called strike 1. Come on, Kobe.
Just get it all on there. Just spread it out.
You've got to learn how to hit righties a little bit better, man, if you want to make it in this league. If you were a good defensive third baseman, I can see a path for you as a platoon player. But you can't not play defense and not hit righties. You have to have a little more to your game than just, hey, I can hit lefties. This pitch is fouled away. Mayo does hit the ball hard. But you just wonder if he maybe didn't take those giant swings so frequently and try to adjust that batting approach more situationally. You could get some better results. Not trying to clobber the ball 500 feet every time. Here's a snap throw to first. Quite the move there by Littell. And Beavers does get back safely. Folks, one and two, the pitch. And wow, Mayo gets this ball to center field. A pitch that was up. And he popped it up to straightaway center. It's caught out there by Jacob Young for the first out of the inning. Yeah, Littell just not a strikeout pitcher. Doesn't have strikeout stuff. This team should definitely be able to get some runs on him. Already 2 in the first inning. Looking for more here in the second. Folks, here's Colton Cowser. First pitch. A splitter that drops below the zone for ball 1. Folks, come on, Charm City chat. Get some cows and get some milkmen up in there. Cowser, first start of the series after... Oh, Cowser, center field. How deep is it? Oh, it's going to be shy of the warning track and straightaway center. He hit it about 370 feet, but to dead center, and it's a pretty easy out. 107.7 off the bat. Again, Littell, this guy, you can absolutely beat this guy up. A lot of hard hit balls off of him already, but some have been right to a defender. Here's Jackson Holliday, 2 down with a runner at first. Holliday right on the Mendoza line coming into today. First pitch up and away for ball one. Holiday needs to have a hot week. 1-0 pitch inside 2-0. Littell now at 40 pitches here in the second inning. The 2-0 pitch. And that's a splitter right in there for a strike. Beavers at first base, having drawn a walk. The 2-1 hit on the right side, right to the first baseman, Garcia Jr. He's only a step from the bag, and he taps it with his foot to end the inning. Folks, no runs for the Orioles here in the second inning, but Littell now at 42 pitches through 2 innings, and 2 runs on the board through 2 innings. So we're on a decent pace. But and we'll have the top of the order coming up in the third inning. Another chance for Rutschman and Alonso perhaps to combine on a run-scoring frame there in the third. Top of the third coming up, folks. 2-0 Orioles. Right. Let's look at this White Sox series coming up starting tomorrow night. The White Sox currently 5 games over 500. Wow. They are 1 game up on the Guardians in the Central. We are 6 under, and the White Sox are 5 over. Man. We did sweep the White Sox earlier in the season. That was before anybody thought the White Sox were going to be a team with a winning record in the second half of the season and leading their division. I mean, it's been quite the turnaround for the White Sox. So, yeah, we can't take them lightly despite sweeping them earlier in the season. The pitching matchups for this series, Game 1 tomorrow night, we'll have Shane Baz going up against Sean Burke. Game 2, Trey Gibson is scheduled to make what I think will be his final start in the rotation for now. He'll be matched up against Eric Fetty. Final game of that series does not have an announced starter for either team. All right, we're underway, top of the third. Jacob Young, first pitch is upstairs from Bradish for ball 1. Jacob Young hitting .228, has 8 home runs and 30 RBI this year. That one low and away, 2-0. .2-0 pitch, and yeah, Bradish, you can tell the sharpness isn't quite there. 27 pitches in, he had 14 strikes to 13 balls. And that is not a good ratio. 2-1 on Young. There's a ground ball, third base. Mayo's going to have a chance. Look at that low throw. God. And Basayo able to receive it over there. Man, Mayo just... Oh, I do not like his... I don't like it. That was close. Sammy with a nice... The ball didn't hit the dirt, but it was right on the ground. Sammy got the glove underneath it to get that first out of the inning. Here's your beat Vivas. Swing and a miss on a curveball. Well, there's Miguel Cairo pregame. giving Sammy some instructions over there at first base. This is some great footage. I wish we could watch some of that on-field practice footage. Had access to stuff like that more often. I'd be spending up my afternoons just watching players out there running drills. 1-1 the count right now. Pitch is hit toward the left side, going foul. Your beat Vivas with a count of 1-2 strikes. Pete Alonso is stationed right next to Albanez in the dugout. The two of them are having a animated conversation. 1-2 to Vivas. That curveball bounces in there about a foot short of the plate. 2-2. Oh yeah, I agree, guys. It's a problem. Mayo. I think I came up with just a made up stat that 75% of his throws are low to first base. Here's a routine grounder to Gunner. Throw over to first is on the money, and that is out number 2. Vivas grounds out 6-3, and Bradish still with a nice pitch count here with 2 down in the third, facing the number 9 batter Keibert Ruiz. A chance to go through this first trip of the order, facing the minimum amount of batters. And it's only taken 1 strikeout from Bradish. So it's not the typical Bradish in terms of dazzling stuff and good command, but he's still being effective out there. That pitch head high to Ruiz for ball 1. Oh, yeah. If it was just 25%, it's bad. But, I mean, every time he winds up to throw to third, I'm just expecting a low throw. And typically, I'm right. I don't want to be right, but it's just gotten to the point where you're just expecting it, and that's not a good thing. This pitch is high. It's 2-0. The pitch. There's a strike. It's strange. Bradish again. Throwing a lot of balls, falling behind batters, but finding ways to get them out anyway. Are they lulling the offense into a false sense of security? I don't know. But he fell behind 2-0 on Ruiz, and now a foul ball. The count is even up at 2-2. 1 strike away from 9 up, 9 down to begin the ball game. Two pitch over the plate, but low. Full count. Bradish has gone to that sinker more often in the month of June than just about ever, according to the stat I just read. There is another one, a sinker, and it's low, and that is ball 4. First base runner for the Nationals. And folks, it would be the number 9 batter, wouldn't it? Can we just get the number 9 guy out? Can we just do it? Here's James Wood. Second time up, he lined out to begin the ball game. Pitch in the dirt, ball 1. 2-0 Orioles, folks. We're in the top of the third inning. The Nationals have a runner at first, 2 down. The 1-0 pitch to James Wood. That's up, and he swings at it, fouls it back to even up the count. All right. Bradish from the belt. The 1-1 pitch is, there it is. That's a well-spotted pitch. Wood lets a sinker go by at the knees on the inside corner for strike 2. 1 strike to get out of the inning. Pitch number 44 coming up. And that one low and in, a slider to even up the count. Oh, I know. I pointed it out. I'm going over the lineup that they've got a good number 9 hitter. But I have seen terrible number 9 hitters do something against us. It doesn't seem to matter. It does not seem to matter who it is. Check swing. Did he go? Rutschman was ready to tag Wood with the ball to complete the strikeout, but they appeal the swing and he didn't go, and the count now is full. And with 2 down, that runner at first is going to be off, and looks like Alvarez just told Sammy, get off the bag, stop holding him. You're not holding him with 3-2 count, 2 down. That is ball 4. Wow. Bradish, another sinker. Missed his spot low and in. Wood lays off, and it's a 2-out walk to give the Nats 2 runners on base. All this happening with 2 down. And now Luis Garcia Jr. coming up. He grounded out to short first time. And a curveball to begin this at-bat drops low for ball 1. Nationals showing some patience up there. That pitch count that was doing well for Bradish is starting to become an issue. There's a curveball for a strike, count even up at 1-1. Closing in on 50 pitches here. Let's try to get through the inning by the 50th pitch. 1-1 is foul behind the plate. 2 strikes. And the 50th pitch coming up. This is the 3rd straight batter to have 2 strikes on him, where we've had 2 down and just trying to get strike 3. The previous 2 guys made it on base. Let's try to get this guy. 1-2 on Garcia Jr. And the pitch. Reached for and fouled away. Count remains the same. Double D says, thank you for doing these games, sir. I can no longer stand the O's radio announcers. They're terrible. Wow. I am blessed having grown up during the days of John Miller and Joe Angel on the radio. And of course, I've been living for more than a decade overseas, so I have really no access to Orioles radio calls. I only get little pieces of it during highlight packages when MLB Network or whatever will borrow the radio call to add to the highlight package. What makes the radio team so bad, Double D? 2-2 pitch. That's in the dirt. And the count goes full. And now another high-pressure situation here. Kyle Bradish is just having a lot of trouble getting this 3rd out. retired the first 2 batters, had retired the first 8 batters of the ball game. So that number 9 hitter got on base. It's a full count, and with the runners at first and second, they go off on the pitch, and this ball's hit to left center field, and it's going to get past Ward. Why is he diving? It's nowhere near. Here comes a relay home. The second runner scores. Throw is wild there. Backed up by Bradish. It's a travesty. It's a game-tying 2-out, 2-run double by Luis Garcia Jr. And mound meeting, anybody? We've had a lot of reasons. Again, I mean, I'm tired of pointing out the same things we do wrong. We don't seem to know when to do a mound meeting. Bradish, again, showing signs of struggling here. And now we have the mound meeting. Now we have it. You're supposed to have it before you give up the big game-tying hit, not after. You're supposed to get him in the right state of mind to get this guy out, not go and what? Comfort him after? What do you talk about now? Curtis Mead is up. We're tied at 2 in the top of the third, folks. Bradish now on 53 pitches. Runner at second. The pitch. Hit on the ground to third. Mayo had a chance to... Good God, Mayo, you suck! Mayo throws it into the ground again. The runner comes home to score. And the batter... God damn it, Mayo, you suck, dude. I'm done with you, man. I'm done. You're not cut out for this league. You're not, man. I'm sorry. Why is Jeremiah in AAA and you're still here? I don't know. God damn it, you can't throw. Look at this. And without Alonso there, I mean, you're going to pick a day to DH Alonso. You're going to give him a day off in the field in the same game that Mayo's playing third. So you got Mayo and Alonso hooking up on throws from third to first. And you don't think that's not going to cost us? Well, it just did. It's 3-2 Nationals. C.J. Abrams at the plate with a count of 1-0. And the pitch high for ball 2. And Bradish falls behind another batter. You can't play Mayo at third on the same... I mean, and I know Blaze isn't exactly giving a whole lot of confidence there after yesterday. But Blaze had one bad game. It was an isolated game, and you would think it was an aberration. We know Mayo is bad. We know it. And you're going to put him at third and Basayo at first in the same game. I should have put that together and addressed it before the game started. But, man, is it a glaring issue right now. And it's 3-0 on Abrams. He swings away on 3-0, and thank you very much. A pop-up on the infield for Gunnar. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. However, the Nationals rally for 3 runs, and this 2-0 Oriole lead is now a 3-2 Nationals lead as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Bradish had to labor in that third inning. He's now up to 58 pitches. Alonso stepping off the bag is starting to become an issue. Well, how does that play into today's game? I've got no beef with the way Alonso's playing first. Sammy's in there today. That's the problem. And I think that throw from Mayo, while the runner at first wouldn't have been out because Alonso would have needed to come off the bag to rescue that throw, he would have at least rescued it. It wouldn't have gotten away, and then maybe we can still get out of the jam. But Sammy cannot scoop pitches out of the dirt as well as Alonso can. And he wasn't able to handle that one. Folks, a Mayo-Sammy combo on the corners. I don't know what we're doing. Yep, Cionel Perez. It's really not a big deal, guys. You're using a reliever to start a game to get a few left-handed batters out at the top of the lineup, and then you'll go to whatever your true starter is for the bulk of the game. Last few games, it seems like Pete was out of position. There's only one play I have a problem with Pete, and that's taking a wrong step on a ground ball that was clearly going to second base, and that was that final play against the Angels. He should have gone over to cover the bag. If he does, we win the game. Otherwise, Alonso has bailed out so many bad throws. He's started double plays. He started 3-6-3 double plays. One of the toughest plays for anybody on a team is a first baseman throwing a second to start a double play when you got that base runner right there in your throwing lane. Not a lot of guys are good at that. I got nothing but positive remarks for Pete. Just a couple of mistakes on the season, in my humble view. But considering the reputation he had when we signed him, he's more than exceeded expectations defensively. I think most people would agree. Taylor Ward worked a 2-0 count, and then he swings and misses on 2-0. The count is 2 balls and a strike. Taylor Ward, we got the top of the order here. Let's see if we can respond. Swing and a miss, 2-2 the count. A rare swing and miss off Littell.
Taylor?
2-2 pitch, low and in, full count. Come on, buddy, get on base.
Taylor?
Here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. That would have been ball 4. That was a rising fastball. Littell's worst pitch of his arsenal gets a strikeout here. Oh, boy. One down here in the top or bottom of the third. Folks, we got 150 people here, thereabouts. What do you say we make a run to get those likes up to triple digits? 21 away from 100. Gunner, first pitch swinging, hits one to center field. It's playable. Backing up is Young and just shy of the track, just to the left of straightaway center field. He makes the catch. 2 down. Folks, the Orioles are giving away yet another hat Tuesday with the White Sox in town. Folks, show up and get yourself a Run Club hat. Just so many hats. So many hats. Here's Adley Rutschman with 2 down. Rutschman came up with 2 down in the first inning, got a hit, and then Alonso followed with a 2-run homer. That's how we got our runs on the board. 1-0 to Rutschman. That's high, 2-0. Folks.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Come on, Adley. I know the defense, honestly, we need to talk about it, guys. It's the worst I've seen in my 2.5 years of the channel. And honestly, this pitch a little bit off the plate outside, 3-0 to Adley. Look, there have been worse teams than this in the, 35 years, 37 years. I've been following the game quite closely. 38 years, 1988. Rutschman just drew ball 4, folks.
I'm walking here.
So I've watched 38 different Oriole teams, some more closely than others. But I don't think I've seen a team with a baseball IQ as low as this one, considering the talent that we have on the team. There's definitely been teams with less talent, but definitely did not make the same kind of mistakes or lack of fundamental play. I mean, we've had bad teams with subpar players. This team should not be playing as poorly as they are. I've got to put a lot of the emphasis on our coaching staff. I do. Just a lot of problems going on right now, folks. 99 problems, perhaps. 1-1 on Alonso. 2 down, runner at first. The pitch outside, 2-1. Pickleball paddle. Another giveaway. Can't wait. Yeah, I want to go on a paddle night. Maybe use it on the ump. 2-1 pitch. Alonso with a big cut and a miss. 2-2. Come on, Pete. Yeah, I mean, worst teams that have lost 100 games, but you didn't sit there and watch them just, shoot themselves in the foot. Swing and a miss by Alonso. He strikes out and the inning is over. The Orioles, after giving up 3 runs in the top of the inning, they bring it up the top of the order. They do get 1 man on, but that's it. Strands a runner. We go to the 4th. Nationals 3. Orioles 2. The Nationals have 3 runs on only 1 hit. Oh, that just drives you nuts. The 1 hit drove in 2 of the 3 runs. At 4GOX says, I've been watching the O's as long as you have, back to the days of home team sports. I can't remember such a lack of fundamentals on an Oriole. Yeah. Again, I started falling in love with this team in the 1988 season. Of course, the 88 season, notoriously bad. And I think about sort of those early 2000 teams with like Larry Bigby, your best hitter, and Sidney Ponson anchoring your rotation. I mean, bad teams who were, just the talent just did not match those that were better in the league. But you didn't sit there and watch them just figure out ways to shoot themselves in the foot and lose games. They lost because the talent wasn't there. That's different. This is way more frustrating. 0-21 double D, 0-21 start, 0-28. That's insane. No, we only went 0-21. My coffee was made nicely today. Thank you for asking. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, the very start of the 88 season, Cal Ripken Sr., I think, managed the first 8 games or so, 8 or 9 games, maybe 11 games, somewhere in that neighborhood, and then Frank took over. All right, folks, we're back underway in the top of the 4th inning. It's Dylan Cruz looking at a first pitch strike, a slider from Bradish that hits the outside edge. Cruz struck out his first time up. That one breaks off the plate, a slider laid off, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bunny made London broil. Is this a reference I should know? Is this referencing something? Like a pop culture thing? I don't know, but enjoy that London broil. That sounds delicious. 2-1 the count on Dylan Cruz. And the pitch. That slider started in the zone, broke just a little bit outside. Bradish trying to get a chase there, but Cruz lays off and now has a hitter's count of 3-1. Another. Oh, we have a flyover. Folks, Blue Angels. A brief pause as the Blue Angels go screaming across the skyline here at Oriole Park. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. That's ball 4. Yeah, Bradish definitely not on his A game today. And it caught up with him there in the previous inning. And now the 4th inning starts in an alarming way. A leadoff walk. Dalen Lyle, the batter. And a first pitch foul ball. What year did Brady beat a guy within an inch of his life because he caught Kelly cheating on Cal? With Kevin Costner? I'm thinking that's around 94, I want to say. Pitch is, where's that pitch? It's called a ball, and it looks like it is a ball, just missing the top edge of the zone. 1-1 the count on Lyle. Runner at first, with nobody out. Here's a check on said runner. Cruz is back. You were in high school? I was in high school in 94. What year were you born, Soren? Must be around 76, 77, 78. That pitch is letter high for ball 2. Another batter falling behind for Bradish. Did you go to a high school in the Maryland area? Did my baseball team play yours? My high school team? Here's a ground ball fielded by Basayo at first, but it's a foul ball. 79. Skipped a grade before they had magnet schools. Ah, smarty pants. Since 69, I didn't experience bad Orioles baseball till the 14-42 run at the end of the 86 season. Yeah, that's when, from that moment through the 88 season was a dark period for the team. Here's a snap throw to first after a pitch that I think was swung and missed. That is strike 3 to Dalen Lyle. First out of the inning. Curveballs in the dirt to get the swing and a miss. Jacob Young, the batter. I hear you for GOX, but it's Albanez's job first. And then Pete needs to sort of be the second in command sort of player leader within. Alonso, I think, is leading plenty by example in terms of how he's playing on the field. But apparently that's not enough. When it comes to barking at other players, it may not be wise to do it in public view in the dugout, but certainly behind closed doors, Albanez needs to light a fire under this team's ass. You know, we had that situation with Albanese and Basayo about a month ago now. A lot of speculation about what was said there, and some people thinking, you know, Sammy's the future. Albanese, you might be gone after 1 year. So it's really Sammy's team more than it is yours. Some people have that take. 1-2 the count on Young. The pitch, that's a breaking ball in the dirt to even up the count. Oh, no. My stream. Yeah, it looks like there's a slight lag there for a minute, folks. Sorry about that. 2-2 the count on Jacob Young. Runner at first, 1 down. Bradish about to throw his 73rd pitch of the afternoon. And that is popped up on a slider to center field. Backing up a couple of steps, Cowser, and he makes the catch. Second out of the inning with the runner still at first base. And I agree with Gary. I think at this point with Kobe Mayo, I would look to move him off. I would look if we're looking at moving a player along that has some major league experience, not just a prospect. If there's somebody out there that still thinks, and they could be right, that Mayo can be like a 30 homer a year guy in the middle of the order power bat, and they want to work with him and see if they can get more out of him, and they're willing to give us something back in return, I'm all about moving away with Kobe Mayo at this point. I don't like what he gives us. I don't know, Phantom. I don't know. I know you've talked about that before. I don't know. Your beat Vivas is going to challenge this curveball that was called a strike on the first pitch, and he might be wrong, and that would be quite a wasted challenge, and he did waste it. Bradish just hit the bottom of the zone, just caught the bottom of the zone with the top of the ball, and Vivas... Again, an example of just not an important enough situation to be challenging unless you know for sure. Folks, Blue Angel jets are flying all over the place. There's a show within a show at the ballpark right now. 0-1 on Vivas, 2 down, runner at first. And right now, we are calling for time. The crowd applauding as they, again, their attention now focused more on the sky than the field. As Vivas steps away to take some practice swings. Blue Angels are just having fun over the ballpark right now. Yeah, I do think now's the time. If we're going to get something considerable back for Mayo, I think this trade deadline would be a good time to do it if somebody wants to do it. Oh, 0-1 pitch. Big swing by Vivas. He fouls it back. It's 0-2. Yeah, one flyover is fine, but they're apparently just doing laps around the ballpark. Oh, is there an actual air show at the Inner Harbor, like right next door? Well, surely they must have known that's going to be a distraction to the game here. 0-2 slider in the dirt from Bradish. 1-2 on Vivas. 2 down, runner at first. We are in the top of the 4th inning, folks. Nationals with a 3-2 lead. Orioles took a 2-0 lead on a 2-run homer by Alonso in the first inning, and the Nationals rallied for 3 in the third. 2 of the 3 coming in on a 2-run double by Luis Garcia Jr. 1-2 fastball is high for ball 2. And Bradish closing in on 80 pitches now here in the 4th. Please tell me you weren't at that spectacle of sloth and stupidity. Soren, my life has been a never-ending series of sloth and stupidity. So, yeah, not only was I present for it, Soren, I'm living it. It's a full count on Vivas. Runner at first will be off on the pitch. Here it comes. And that is ball 4. Bradish gives up another free pass. Oh, my. Oh, my. That's 4 walks now for Bradish, and we're only in the 4th inning. And this will be a meeting between Rutschman and Bradish. 2 on, 2 out. The number 9 batter, Keibert Ruiz, coming up. Carl says, I'm glad the score didn't get worse while he picked up his Subway lunch. What kind of sandwich? Tell us, Carl. You're going to have to tell us now. Give us the sandwich and tell us what fixins you picked. I want to hear the entire description.
Just get it all on there. Just spread it out.
Tell me about that sandwich. Open it up and describe it for me. Keibert Ruiz, 2 on, 2 out. First pitch, hits it in the air. Left center field and deep. This ball will be caught on the run by Colton Cowser. Yes, sir. Folks, I've been saying it all the while that Colton Cowser is a center fielder. He is. He's a good defensive outfielder. Nice running catch. Took a perfect route and did not look like he was in over his head making that catch. Nice and calm, cool and collected. The inning is over, folks. Nationals threaten, but they do not score. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's a 3-2 ball game. 5 runs between these two teams, but they've only combined for 3 hits. Kind of a strange-looking box score right now. Bottom of the 4th is coming up, folks. I'm going to take my first step away. Please do hit that like button. I've barely talked about it so far today. And if you're watching and you're not subscribed, please consider doing that as well. There's a button below. Join the over 5,100 or so bird watchers here. All right? Thank you.
He met a strange friend and there's the 1-2. Behind the right center field, there's a base hit. And that one gets away from Jazz. Another run is in. More bad defense from the Yankees. It's 7-0. Jazz could have handled the throw coming in from the outfield. And just like that, it is a 7-0 ball game. I just fucking take the whole team off the field, man. Take the whole team off the field. Take the whole team off the field. Take them all. Get them all fucking out of here. I'm so done. I can't even look at this anymore, man. I can't look at this shit anymore. This is pathetic. This is truly disgusting. This is disgusting.
Folks, it's the bottom of the 4th. The Orioles will be sending up the middle of the order. Well, what is it? 5, 6, 7. Starting off with Samuel Basayo. First pitch is at the bottom of the zone for a strike from Zack Littell. Sammy 0 for 1. It's time to get to Littell. Come on. We got 2 runs in the first. That's good. He's had a couple of goose eggs since then. It's time for this offense to get back on the board. 60th pitch of the day for Littell is hit hard on the ground, but right to first. Fielded cleanly. It's a little flip to the pitcher covering, though it wasn't really necessary, as Garcia Jr. could have just taken it to the bag unassisted. Either way, that is the first out of the inning. Sammy grounds out 3-1 on the putout. Folks, show me your beavers, please.
Nice beaver.
Thank you.
Dylan Beavers with a promising first plate appearance, drawing a walk after seeing a lot of pitches. And after showing that patience first time up, chases an inside pitch on the first pitch he sees, fouls it away, 0-1. Look at that. Littell has a 2.52 career ERA against us. So basically, a 4.5 to 5 ERA against everybody else, but 2.5 ERA against us. Why? Why can't we hit this guy? Come on. 1-1 pitch. Just missed high. 2-1. I'll be back on screen in a minute, folks. They're challenging this? They think this is a strike? Wow, they're right. That just did clip the top of the zone. And they're down to only one challenge. Nationals really took a risk there. They would have been out of challenges if they got this one wrong, and they only got it right by a tiny little sliver of the baseball. 1-2 pitch, and Beavers is rung up on a breaking ball that hit the bottom of the zone. Beavers down on strikes, 2 away in the inning. We're just getting outplayed. It's really annoying. Kobe Mayo is up. And there he goes with that home run swing, and it's going to be a one pitch out on a high fly ball to shallow left, and the inning is over. I don't like what I'm seeing right now, folks. I do not like what I'm seeing right now. I mean, we got Adley back. And again, Alonso and Adley, they combined to give us a 2-0 lead in the first. Since that, Bradish hasn't looked good. Defense, Kobe Mayo just looking terrible out there. And the offense, since that 2-run homer in the first, virtually lifeless. Man, oh Shevitz. Man, oh man, do I hate them fancy lads. Hey, folks, I got a topic to bring up with you. I'm going to pose a question to the Charm City chat. I want everybody to give me an answer, and I really want you to think about it. If you give me an answer within like 10 seconds, then you're really not considering the question, I think, with enough thought, because I thought about it myself for a bit. What is the best one-hit wonder song of all time? And when I say the best, not necessarily your favorite, but the one with maybe the most cultural impact, the most staying power, maybe the most appreciated by all fans of all types of music across the board. What is the best one-hit wonder? And we might have to debate whether or not a band is a one-hit wonder, depending on what song you might choose. But that's the question I'm putting out there, folks. Think about it, because I know the answer. Now, I just want to put it out there. I know what the answer is objectively, and I want to see if anybody can top what I feel is definitely the answer. Boy, look at this guy dressed up. Hey, folks, we're about to begin the top of the 5th inning. We are 8 likes away from 100. Okay, B-Dub, that's hilarious. Thanks for participating. Take your time, folks. We got time. We got 5 innings of baseball left. I'm a Barbie girl, and B-Dub writes Thriller a second time. Wow. So in terms of interacting with the chat, I guess I'll just give up on the idea. 2-0 the count on James Wood. The Nats have the top of the order up. I think Wood is hitting leadoff for the third time. 4GOX is going with Dexy's Midnight Runners. Come on, Eileen. I think that's a solid first entry into this conversation. George, I'm not going to count yours. You're out of your damn mind. If I Die Young by the band Now, see, I'm not sure if I know that song. Macarena? Spirit in the Sky. Okay. Who was the band for that? Right Said Fred, I'm Too Sexy. I know yours was a joke, George, and I'm wondering if Gary's is a joke as well. 3-1 the count on James Wood, folks. And that is... Are we challenging? We didn't challenge that borderline 3-1 pitch? We're just going to give up another base runner? Okay. Bradish gives up a leadoff walk. I believe that's now 5 walks today. We should have somebody up in the pen. Well, here comes Abernez now. Abernez already making a move. And that leadoff walk will spell the end of the day for Kyle Bradish. 5 walks. He's only able to go 4 innings. He only gave up 1 hit, but the command was not there today. 40 strikes to 45 balls. He threw 85 pitches. Not sure what's wrong with him. You can only hope it's a blip. If this is a sign of a new phase of Kyle Bradish, well, let's hope it doesn't last too long. Who did Spirit in the Sky? I'm sorry. Oh, is that Norman Greenbaum? Vanilla Ice, 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 Baby. Didn't Vanilla Ice have a second song, though? I want to say, Shantae, he might not be a one-hit wonder. What was that? He had like a slow jam song in there, I'm thinking. Brandy? Like, Brandy, You're a Fine Girl? They say, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good life. Who did Brandy? I get knocked down, but I get up again. They ain't gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. They ain't ever gonna keep me down. I get knocked down. Sky rockets in flight. Afternoon delight. No, Sir Mix-a-Lot. That was not a one-hit wonder. Now, it's definitely by far their biggest song, but don't leave out Posses on Broadway. All right? I'm an 80s hip-hop guy. Don't sell Sir Mix-a-Lot short. Folks, what's going on? Like Marvin Gaye, what's going on? I do believe he's got more than 1 hit. Hey, Double D has got the answer. Folks, that is the answer. That is the right answer. Ram Jam, Black Betty. You can't top it. I'm sorry. Again, if we're talking about across the board, a tune everybody can vibe with, it's instantly recognizable. It's an instant party the minute that song starts. And the song is so damn good, you wonder why Ram Jam never had a decent second song. But that is the answer. And I don't want to hear any other debate about it. Folks, runner at first. The count is 0-1 on Luis Garcia Jr. The pitch. That one's blasted out to right center field. That's trouble. That's gone. Tyler Wells comes into the ball game and gives up on his second pitch a 2-run homer. And this series is not going so well for us. 5-2 Nationals in the top of the fifth. Nobody out still in the inning. Bradish's day is now done. There is one unearned run out there. 3 earned runs for Bradish, 1 for Wells on the home run ball. Man, oh man. Curtis Mead at the plate, first pitch strike. CNC Music Factory, not a one-hit wonder. 4GOX, might I remind you of a little ditty called Things That Make You Go, One of my favorite titles to any song ever. Things That Make You Go. Folks, you can keep, Safety Dance. Sure, you can throw that in there. Sugar, Sugar. It's not beating Ram Jam. It's not beating it. You'll have to make an argument at this point. Tiny Tim. Folks. Curtis Mead with a count of a ball and 2 strikes. That ball's hit hard to left. Tyler Wells doesn't have it today. This ball's down for a double up against the left field wall. Wells has faced 2 batters, given up a 2-run homer, and now a double to Mead. Wow. This is, I think Village People had a second song. I mean, it doesn't get close to YMCA. Or no, maybe I'm thinking of KC and the Sunshine Band. But that song, I'll give you credit in terms of like cultural impact and like everybody but me. I don't know. I go to an event and they start playing YMCA. That's when I kind of cringe and go like to the beverage stand to get another drink. Abrams pops it up on the third base side. Mayo with a look. It's out of reach. It's 0-2 on Abrams. Runner at second, nobody out. The Nationals are now leading 5-2 here in the top of the fifth. Oh, right, in the Navy. They did have yep, there you go. In the Navy. You can drop down to your knees in the Navy. Oh, wait, that's not how it goes. I forget. 0-2 pitch. No offense, of course, to any Navy veterans out there. I think there's a parody song or something out there. Might have been a false recollection. Swing and a miss, and Abrams strikes out. Tyler Wells retires his first batter. 1 down in the inning. In the Navy. Folks, everybody's coming in. Hey, Milli Vanilli had more than one song, Rob. Girl, you know it's true. You forgot about Blame It on the Rain? Come on, man. Blame it on the rain that was falling. Folks, I'm lip syncing right now. Blame it on the stars that shine at night. Whatever you do, don't put the blame on you. 1-0 pitch. Cutter hits the knees on the outside corner to Dylan Cruz. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cruz. Is it a great one-hit wonder, or is it just a cheesy song? I don't know. I mean, again, cultural impact, sure. It has stood the test of time. This ball's hit deep to right center field. A leaping grab by Cowser. He may have robbed a homer. And the first thing he does is fire it back towards second base, just in case he can get 2 outs. The milkman is a Major League Baseball player, folks. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. All he needs to do is hit well enough to justify being in a lineup, because everything else about this guy's game is good. I mean, we got speed, we've got closing it down defensively with the glove, and then showing off the arm to fire it back in towards second. Tip of the cap to the milkman, folks. Robbing a home run. And Tyler Wells certainly pumped up after that. 2 down, runner at second for Dalen Lyle. The 0-1 pitch to him is high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, I think Tyler Wells owes Colton Cowser something more than dinner. 1-1 pitch, grounded to second. This should end the inning, and it will. Folks, Kyle Bradish didn't have it today. They brought him out to start the 5th, and no, they didn't. He was done after 4. What am I saying? Tyler Wells came out to start the inning, right? And gave up, I can't remember. I totally forgot. Did we go to the pin in the inning? Or was Bradish just done after 4? Folks, you have to forgive me. These day game after night games for me, considering the hours, admittedly, my brain doesn't function as well. Anyway, here's the line for Wells. 1 inning, 2 hits. Gave up the 1 earned run on... Yeah, that's right. He gave up the home run ball coming in to relieve Bradish, who had already had a man on base. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Right. He walked the guy, and then we pulled him. It's all coming back to me now, folks. I apologize. I have short-term memory problems, which would make sense if weed was still legal out here. Speaking of smoke, I think I'm due for a lucky, folks. I don't know.
I mean, you know I'm a Lucky Strike man from way back, so...
Do Jackson Holliday need to work on his batting average because his batting average is 200? Well, Chawa, let's put it this way. If you have a batting average of 200, you need to work on it. It doesn't matter if your name is Jackson Holliday. That applies to any baseball player, barring pitchers when they used to hit. If you're hitting 200, you need to work on that. You feel me? It's not just Holliday. Of course he needs to work on it. Anybody needs to work on a 200 average. Folks, I've seen Chilo around, and I would like to see Chilo have the ability to chime in without sort of breaking the commitment he made to abstain from certain kinds of comments, but I've seen Chilo here and there. Certainly welcome to be a little more chatty, but maybe, I don't know, just not able to say something that isn't the thing that I told him stop saying. I don't know. But Chilo is still a bird watcher and a friend of the channel. Oh, my. Cowser's got a gash above his right eye? Or no, he just needs Visine. I thought they were sitting there addressing a cut. Folks, Colton Cowser, the batter, with an 0-1 count, got something in his right eye. And now he's getting Visine in the left eye. Folks, Cowser's been the one smoking that devil's lettuce. He's trying to get rid of those bloodshot stoner eyes. Well, don't put your batting glove in your eye after that, you moron. Don't stick a batting glove that's got dirt particles into your eyeball. What are you doing? Cowser. That's probably why your eye feels a little wonky right now to begin with. Don't stick your finger in your eye. If you're going to do it, take your glove off and do it, carefully. Just stuck a batting glove finger in the eye. Hey, folks, could this be the lowest team batting average of all time? Certainly not. I wouldn't think so. Again, we had some really bad teams before this. There's a lot of talent on this team. And offensively, we're still pretty much middle of the pack in the league. So we're not even really doing all that bad compared to the rest of the league right now. But, I'm not trying to say our offense is playing to the level that I think they should be playing, because they're not. This pitch is high. We're back underway. Cowser with a count of a ball and a strike. Bases empty. We're leading off the bottom of the fifth, trailing by 3. Littell's next pitch off the plate outside, 2-1. Iron Butterflies in the Gata Davida. I want to say they had more than just that song. Help me out with another Iron Butterflies song, folks, because I'm pretty sure there's another one. Again, you're picking definitely the number 1 hit. That's their main. I want to say they got another 1 or 2 songs. It wasn't a long run for Iron Butterfly. 2-2 on Cowser, folks. To left field. Get down. And is that trapped or is that caught? It is trapped out there in left field, and it'll be a leadoff single for Cowser. Dalen Lyle came in on it, couldn't quite get it before it hit the ground first. And let's start a rally, folks. Let's start a rally. Folks, we passed 100 likes. Let me say thanks for that.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
Jackson Holiday at the plate. First pitch is a strike. Cowser at first. The 0-1. Holiday! Right field. Oh, that looked like a good swing. I expected more out of it. It is straight over to the right fielder, Dylan Cruz, for out number 1. Oh, I thought Jackson had really pounced on that pitch. But it's only out number 1. Sorry to get you excited, folks. I was excited. Here's Taylor Ward back to the top of the order. He is 0 for 2. And first pitch low for ball 1. Folks, I think it's time to do this now. Let's go. The 1-0 pitch is called a strike, top of the zone, 1 ball, 1 strike. Come on, folks. The hat did help that 2-run rally in the 8th inning yesterday. Can't really talk about how things went in extra innings. Anyway, 1-2 the count on Ward. He just fouled off the pitch.
Taylor?
Folks, the hat. You best say hello. All hail the hat. That's how you know we've got a cult. The worship of the hat is mandatory. Or I'll put you in solitary Scientology confinement. You don't obey. 2-2 pitch. Foul back. Still 2-2 on Ward. Folks. We're still talking one-hit wonders. Yeah, I figured the Archies had more than Sugar. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of bands out there where they have a clear-cut number one song, and if you're not really a fan of that band, you might not know. They do have a couple of other songs that hit the charts. There's a line drive stabbed out of the air at third base by Curtis Mead. Mead robs Ward of extra bases, or at least a single, if he gets a glove to it just to keep it on the infield. It's probably just a single, but either way, Taylor Ward robbed of a hit of some sort by Curtis Mead with a leaping grab. Full extension. 2 down with a runner at first for Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar. Did he just challenge strike one? Let's see. Gunnar just challenged. We have 2 available, and Gunnar is wrong. Gunnar, on a first pitch of the at-bat, loses a challenge. Gunnar 1 for 12 in this series. Kowser's running, and look at the milkman. He just slid in under the tag of Abrams to steal second base. Just another component of his game on display. Colton Kowser, folks. I really like Kowser. I do. We need to stop trashing him and just root for him to just hit well enough to be a guy we want in there in the lineup every day, because everything else he does, I've got nothing but high grades for this guy. If we're going to find somebody to sort of rally around and change the attitude of this team, I think he might be the guy. Gunnar, line to left field. Stay fair. Is it fair? They called it foul. Oh, my. This was very close. Close enough that the Orioles are on the phone. We'll look at the replay to see. My goodness. That's an extra base hit all day. Scores the run at second all day with 2 down. And we are challenging that it is a fair ball. Well, show us a replay, for God's sakes. All right, here's a long view shot. And that's going to need a closer up look. Here we go. That does appear to look foul to me. Oh, wait a minute. God, we need the ball right on the ground when it hit. Dude, this is foul by a blade of grass. And they confirmed it within 10 seconds. Folks, just bad luck. I mean, I am not exaggerating. That ball was foul. You can't even say by inches. By a blade or 2 of grass, that ball was foul. 0-2 on Gunnar. Littell winds and delivers. Gunnar to the right side. This is gobbled up at first base. Underhand toss to the pitcher covering. And this inning ends with nothing. Again, an inch from an RBI double. And it would have been Gunnar at second with only 1 out. Instead, nothing. Folks, frustration levels are off the chart. Gunnar now, 1 for 13 in this homestand? Where is he? I can't even keep up anymore. And again, the one hit he got came immediately after our ghost runner mistakenly broke on a contact play when the Nats had the infield in and a ball hit straight to shortstop. And he throws home, and Jeremiah's out by a mile. That's the one hit Gunnar gets. Coming up after that play where there was only a runner at first, and his hit put runners at first and third, and then the next batter just made an out, and it didn't matter. The hit didn't matter. Or no, the next batter was Alonso. They walked him, and then Sammy grounded out. But, I mean, that's Gunnar's one contribution at the plate. Oh. One for 13. Sorry. Did I say 1 for 12? Integrity Fire Designs Service. Wow. That's all one word, and I got it out correctly the first time. Good grief, these Blue Angels are still flying around. Yo, that jet fuel ain't, it ain't free. I don't know how I feel about these air show things, man. I feel like it's sort of gone the way of, like, Ringling Brothers. Like, it's nothing against any sort of... It's not any sort of anti-patriotism on my part. I get it. It's impressive and showcasing our best pilots' skills and all this stuff. But, I mean, really, that jet fuel, it ain't free. And I've seen those pretty formations for my entire life. I mean, pretty much the same deal, right? Like, we've seen it, right? I don't know. I guess it's a tradition. Hey, Albert Suarez is on to pitch, folks. And I'm so glad, well, sort of bittersweet, but it's a good thing, let's put it that way, that Albert is in the ballgame, because that just reminded me of something I meant to bring up earlier in this game. He's got a 1-0 count on Jacob Young. It's the bottom of the order for the Nationals, and here's a swing and a miss to make it 1-1. Albert Suarez, folks, is a Venezuelan national, citizen of Venezuela, born and raised. Obviously, you're probably well aware now about the catastrophic double earthquake. Here's a ground ball to first base. Basayo's going to have a fielding opportunity. He picks it up and takes it to the bag unassisted for the first out, top of the 6th. Yeah, so the death toll, it's now up to about, well, it's over 1,000. I think it's closing in on 1,500 last I checked, but I saw somewhere that there are several thousand people still missing, unaccounted for. The death toll are only the people that you can confirm have deceased. All the people buried under rubble and this and that. I don't want to depress you guys watching a baseball game right now. What I'm driving at, though, is that I do want to promote a charitable organization that I have done before. Here's a nice stop at second base on a ground ball to Jackson Holliday. He goes to ground on a sliding stop and then pops up and throws out the batter for out number 2. Your beat Vivas out on that ground ball. The organization, it's been around since the 1950s, is Project Hope. You can go to projecthope.org. There is a specific link to their page where you can donate for disaster relief for the victims of the, again, it was a double earthquake. 1 7+ magnitude earthquake followed by another one a minute later within, a stone's throw of each other. Just absolute catastrophic damage out there. And, if I'm in a position to talk to a lot of people, I'm going to, on occasions like this, try and, promote that it would be great for people to help support the cause for relief there. Here is Keibert Ruiz with a fly ball to right center. It's trouble. It's down for a base hit in the gap. Ruiz is going for 2. The throw is there. Tagged by Gunnar. And we got him. Was that Cowser throwing from right center? Colton Cowser, folks. He has done it again. Unbelievable. Cowser chasing it down on a ball in the gap heading toward the wall. He stabbed it out of the alleyway, spins and throws a seed to Gunnar. He tags out Ruiz, trying to stretch that into a double, and the inning is over. Folks, Colton Cowser, again, let's rally around the way this dude's playing baseball. I mean, everybody else on this team right now, take a look. That's how you play. At least in the field. Let's go. Yeah. So the dead and the injured, again, not to bring down everybody's mood. The official count is there simply based on the people that they've been able to, confirm because they have the ability to do so. But there are several, I've heard up to 50,000 additional people that are missing. And folks, we're out of that window of like 3 days now where the odds of, rescuing these unaccounted for people it takes a dramatic hit. It could be just a really, really devastating situation there in Venezuela. So, so let me just, it's projecthope.org, folks. I'll just type it in here manually, and I'm sure it won't be difficult to navigate your way to, in fact, it's not just projecthope.org. I think there's a prefix as well. Hold on a sec. Let me give you the right one. And again, folks, in lieu of giving me a super chat now or any time over the next week, let's say, let's just focus our attention. If you guys want to help out my channel, don't give it to me, because I make a commitment to turn around and give it to this organization. And let's just bypass that, because if you give something to me, YouTube's going to take a cut. Just donate on my behalf and don't give anything to me for the next week, okay? Not that I'm flooded with super chats. Not that it's a huge thing, but I'm just saying. If you had a reason to toss something my way, just toss it this way instead, okay? We're back underway here in the bottom of the sixth, folks. There's a lefty on the mound now for the Nationals. And he is facing Adley Rutschman, now batting right-handed. On a 1-0 count, it's a strike, 1-1. It's Mitchell Parker, left-hander, on for the Nationals. Adley has reached base both times up in his first game since coming off the concussion list. A base hit and a walk. Pitch low, 2-1 the count. I can't find the other one. Yeah, let's just go with that. It's projecthope.org, folks. That's all it is. And again, this is an organization that is reputable in terms of doing the right things with people's contributions. Highly rated organization. Been around again since the 50s, helping out with disaster relief all around the world. We got a 2-2 count on Adley Rutschman. That ball is hit hard to right center, but it is right at the right fielder for out number 1. Rutschman looking good at the plate today, but this time hit it right to somebody. And that'll bring up Alonso. I guess that link didn't really actually create a link. But folks, Project Hope, just Google it and you'll find it. It's easy. Pete Alonso fouls it back. No balls and 1 strike. Alonso is 1 for 2.
A polar bear stirs.
It's been overcast all afternoon, but no rain yet. Swing and a miss. Alonso got an 80-mile-an-hour curveball and did not time it. 0-2 the count. Here's a ground ball in the hole at shortstop. Abrams going to make a tough throw, and it is right on the money. C.J. Abrams with a perfect throw on a ball deep in the hole there at shortstop. Obviously, Alonso's speed is why this is not an infield hit. Most of our guys would have beaten this out. Not Alonso. Two down for Samuel Basayo, and he swings and misses on a good splitter from Parker. Folks. Oh, thank you, Phantom. Now it's a link. Thank you. I guess I needed the www in there. I don't know. Ground ball to first base. Meade will call the pitcher off. I'm sorry, it's Garcia Jr. over at first. Meade at third. Folks, the inning is over. Basayo grounds out. Folks, things are looking pretty bleak right now. Colton Cowser is the only reason that this game is watchable for me right now. Kyle Bradish has not had a good start. Tyler Wells gives up a home run immediately upon coming into the ball game. The top of the order is a combined 0 for 6 between Ward and Gunnar. Sammy's also 0 for 3. Two-run homer from Alonso and really good defensive play. Also a stolen base and a single for Colton Cowser. The other 7 guys have really done, well, Adley's helped. 6 guys. I'm figuring it all out. I'm doing the calculations. I figured it out now. 3 guys in this lineup are helping us. 6 guys in this lineup are hurting us. We need 3 of those other 6 guys to help and get this back tilted back in the right direction. Folks. Yeah, no problem, Phantom. I've given to it already. And they have a thing, there's some sort of challenge thing where apparently if you do it within the next certain amount of time, I don't know how it works. It kind of sounds like some sort of, I don't want to say scam. Again, this is a very reputable organization. You can do your research if you're not wanting to just take it for granted what I'm saying. James Wood looks at a first pitch strike, a curveball from Albert Suarez. We're underway in the top of the 7th. Nationals ahead 5-2. Wood has walked twice and he's scored twice. Inside 1-1. He ate the whole sub. Oh, Carl, you know what? I forgot to address it. I saw it out of the corner of my eye. You typed in the entire sandwich, and I forgot to give it a read. And I was genuinely curious. I don't know if you want to go through the process of typing it all out again. I could always catch it on the replay or something. But I feel bad, man, because I asked you to do it and you did it, and then I didn't acknowledge it. I did see it out of the corner of my eye. I was in the middle of talking about something else. I was ready to then bring it up, but then something else happened. That's how it goes. Pitch outside to James Wood. Count as 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oh, I'm just noticing the VZ that's been stitched into the cap of Albert Suarez. So Albert It'd be nice for the rest of the team to do the same. I'm kind of surprised they haven't, as a show of support. But yeah, Albert with a nod to his home country there. And there's a called strike 3 on a 3-2 count. Albert hits the low inside corner of the zone with a fastball. Strikes out James Wood.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear? Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Garcia Jr. at the plate, 2 hits in the game already, including a 2-run double. Pops this one foul. It's 0-1. In fact, he also homered. I forgot, a 2-run homer. So 4 RBI on the day for Garcia Jr. He's killed us. Albert with a good changeup. It dropped on the corner, outside corner at the knees for strike 2. If I repost it, no problem. Yeah. That's sandwich. Now I'm hungry. Oh, you know what? I got one of these like bars. Granola bar. It's not really granola though. It's more like a Rice Krispie treat, if anything. 1-2 pitch is foul back. Folks, I'm just gonna casually eat this on the mic. You're not hearing the chewing, are you? Garcia Jr. fouls off this last pitch. It's still a ball and 2 strikes. Where does it show the bases? Top middle of the screen in terms of guys on base. There's nobody on base right now, so that's why it's empty. But right where the score says 5-2, there are bases there, and they are empty. 2-2 the count on Garcia Jr. And that ball's drilled to right. That ball is off the wall. And Garcia Jr. is going to get to second base with his second double and third extra base hit. The Nationals are saying it's a home run. We'll need to see a replay to see where this ball touched. Beavers in right. And yeah, that is a home run. If it's on top of that former grounds crew shed, that is a home run. So Garcia Jr. has just homered for the second time today. And the score is going to be 6-2. There is the overturned call. It's a home run. Six to 2. All right, let me get back to this sandwich because right now, with the way this game's going, I'm much rather focus on Carl's sandwich. Curtis Mead takes high for ball 1. BW, it was a 12-inch. All right, already I'm down. Forget that 6-inch. Go for 12. Ground ball to short. Gunner should be routine. Throws out Mead for the second out here in the top of the 7th. Yeah, I mean, look. You get the foot long. And 6 inches in, if you feel like, hey, I feel good. I mean, a sub sandwich, perfect. Put that sucker in the fridge. That's going to have at least a few hours of shelf life. It kind of depends on the way you dress the sandwich. That's why I like to keep the sauces low. You slather too much of any sort of the sauces available at Subway on those sandwiches, and then it sort of just gets all weird if you put it back in the fridge. So sometimes I even ask to just separate the lettuce or separate the sauce. Here's a fly ball to center field. Cowser makes the catch. C.J. Abrams flies out to end the inning, but the Nationals keep on pulling away from us, folks. In a game that we took a 2-0 lead, the Nationals have scored 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th, and now 1 here in the 7th on a solo home run by Luis Garcia Jr. He has driven in 5 runs today, and he has 10 total bases with 2 homers and a double. He has single-handedly outshined the entire Oriole lineup. He's got 3 of their 5 hits. We have reached the 7th inning stretch, folks, and this is going to be a tough one to get super excited about with the way we're playing right now, but we got traditions, so if you don't mind, I'm going to throw some cakes on the griddle.
Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy.
All right. People might be throwing up cakes, so let me get back to the sandwich before it leaves the screen. 12-inch spicy Italians. See, you lost me. I don't, especially Subway. I mean, a proper deli. I'm down with a nice Italian sub. You went with some provolone. I respect that. Tomatoes, no. Take them off. Black olives, even worse. Take them off. Jalapenos, yes. And mayo, just plain old mayonnaise? When they have a variety of tangy, just mayo. Did you ask for a little pepper on there? I always ask for the pepper. You got to sprinkle some pepper. No salt, but the pepper. And a little oil and vinegar. I got to have I tell them, just a little drizzle of oil and vinegar. Unless I get a tuna fish sub. Then it gets too sloppy again. You feel me, folks? I'm trying to give you guys all the right hints on going to Subway. Forget about pepper. It was an online order. Oh, forgot. Oh, so you had it delivered to your place? Well, you can I'm sure you probably got a pepper shaker at the house, right? You can just put some pepper on there. But yeah, jalapenos, I put that on everything. That's a staple if it's available. Yeah, tomatoes, I have a problem with raw tomatoes for most things. Like when it comes to like a marinara sauce or a tomato paste for like pizza or whatever, tomato sauce, I'm fine. But just raw tomatoes, they have to be just the perfect style of tomato with a little maybe salt sprinkled on there, or else it's just too, it's acidic. It just makes me want to go, eek. Eek. You know? I don't like it. Oh, look at the face I'm making. Yeah, that's exactly how I look when I eat a tomato. And olives, they're very, very sour. Sour, those olives. Give me some pickles, some jalapenos, some carrots. I like the carrots you get at Subway. Those nice shredded carrots. Very thin shredded carrot. Throw that in there. It's healthy. Hey, folks, Dylan Beavers leads off, and the first pitch is a ball. The next one, followed up by Mitchell Parker, is a fastball for a strike. 1-1 on Beavers, who was 0 for 1, but he did also draw a walk. First game back for Beavers. There's a strike right on the outside edge, 1-2.
Nice beaver.
Thank you.
Yeah, if I get the perfect tomato slice, the one that I know I've had before and I can eat, and you make a nice BLT, just a simple BLT, I'm down with that. But most tomatoes to me, just there's something wrong with them. Something wrong. I like you, Robert. Folks, the count is 2-2 on Beavers. The worst thing, swing and a miss by Beavers and 1 away. If you get like a burger or something hot where you put like a tomato slice on there as a topping and then lettuce as well. Have you ever gotten a sandwich, a hot sandwich with lettuce, and the lettuce just turns into this slimy, the worst texture. I hate lettuce on any sort of hot sandwich. I make that I don't even want to just take it off. I'm disgusted by removing it. That's a big deal breaker. No lettuce on a hot sandwich. It's so nasty. It's like wet toilet paper or something. It's slimy. It's nasty. All right. Kobe Mayo, folks, has a count of a ball and a strike.
Just get it all on there. Just spread it out.
1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball and 2 strikes. There's a big round of oohs and ahs in the ballpark just now. Not sure what for.
Just get it all on there. Just spread it out.
Mayo is 0 for 2. Raw onions or grilled onions are the jam. Swing and a miss. Mayo strikes out. 2 down. That's another one. When it comes to onions, I mean, I can deal with a really thin slice of a raw onion, like in a salad or whatever. But grilled onions are fantastic. Onions should just be consumed grilled, in my humble view. Colton Cowser, 1 for 2 today, looks at a curveball low for ball 1. Currently hitting .230. Tanks for nuttin'. Pitch up and away. That is the second. Is that even an ant, or is that like a, what is that? It doesn't look like an ant. It's very small. It looks ant-like. Maybe it is an ant. It's not one of those crazy, I smell 1 granule of sugar and now let's have 1,000 ants show up. It was just a lone little somebody. That's the second one. What's going on? Do I have something? Did I leave something out? Did I drop a piece of granola on the floor? What happened? 2-1 pitch to Cowser. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Sorry, folks. I'm just kind of spacing out right now. This is all a way to handle the trauma I'm feeling right now with the Orioles down by 4 and needing at this point a pretty major comeback in order to salvage a win of this series. Otherwise, Cowser, get down. That ball is down for a base hit in center field. And it's a 2-hit game for Cowser. So he's doing it in every phase of the game here today. Again, he's the only reason outside that first inning home run by Alonso that's made this game watchable. How bad would this game be for the last hour and a half if it wasn't for the milkman? Here's Jackson Holiday, and he hits one to right. Come on, get up, come on. That ball's gone. Bye, birdie. Jackson Holiday with a line drive over the short wall and right. And the Orioles cut that 4-run deficit in half. His 5th of the season, 105.5 off the bat. Folks, it's 6-4.
It's magic, you know. It's magic. On a magic carpet ride. On a magic carpet ride. You believe in magic. Break out.
First pitch high to Taylor Ward. Ward hitless 0 for 3. Folks, the one thing we need to not forget is that the Nationals, even though their bullpen bested ours in that tough loss yesterday on the season, is right up there with the worst bullpen in baseball. So it shouldn't be a big deal. Not as big of a deal as I was saying just a few minutes ago. Certainly helps now with a 2-run deficit. Holiday. What happened here? They keep showing this silver-haired gentleman sitting in the front row of the bleachers in right center. And what's the story there? I don't know. Want to know the count on Ward. That's high, 2-0. 2-0 after giving up the home run. Parker falls behind Ward. He's due for a hit.
Taylor?
All right. I hear you, Seth. I said if it isn't the worst, it's right up there. Okay, they're the worst. We get it. The point being, I sort of said, man, we're down 4. It's looking bleak, but you got to consider that bullpen of theirs, maybe not so bleak. And that is ball 4, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate here in the 7th, just like that. Gunnar Henderson is due up, and the Nats have a lefty, Dick Lovelady, ready to face Gunnar if that's what the Nationals want to do. I don't know if opposing teams at this point, if it makes sense to make your pitching changes based on when Gunnar comes up. I mean, Gunnar, until further notice right now for me, isn't the guy you plan around. Is this the trainer coming out to look at Mitchell Parker? Are they buying time to get a lefty ready? Parker is a lefty, though. They already have a lefty out there. Silver-haired guy wound up with the home run ball, but everybody who's got a ball hit in a seat somewhere winds up with the ball. Why they make... I understand showing him once on a replay. They showed him a few times, and he did not like he made a great catch. I just thought it was a little strange, but if it's just a matter of him coming up with the home run ball, that works for me. Okay, the Nationals will make a change here. They brought out the trainer. They definitely just sat there and bought themselves a few extra warm-up pitches for Dick Lovelady. See your comment earlier. I mean, like 4 comments up, okay? I didn't hear who it was, but apparently the announcers know that guy. Oh, okay, they know him. Bill. They know him, but they didn't explain how they know him? When you say the announcers, you mean Kevin Brown and Ryan Ripken? They both know him? He must work in the warehouse somewhere. I don't know. Folks, pitching change. We're down 2 with a tying run coming up. What can we do? What can we do? If we need a bat, who is gonna hit? 'Cause we can't lose. What can we do? Kevin Brown does. Ah, okay. It would seem strange unless he worked somewhere within the team for both Kevin Brown. I just don't think Kevin Brown and Ryan Ripken outside of the ballpark run in the same circles. I don't know that to be true. I just assume. Hey, folks, here's another hat giveaway. It's floppy reversible hat. That's Friday, July the 10th. Folks, it's the 27th hat giveaway of the season. How many hats can you give away? The cat in the hat didn't have this many hats. Dick Lovelady. Some people call him Richard. I call him Dick. Left-hander on the mound for the Nats. Gunnar Henderson will be the batter. Check it out. Gunnar, 3 for 3 off Lovelady with a home run prior to this.
His name's Gunnar, and he's dating my mom.
Gunnar, come on, buddy. Come on. The Orioles team historian. And folks, he had that perfect, like, silver gray hair that only a historian would have. All right, here we go, folks. Bill Stetka. All right. Now tell me more about the wife. All right, Gunnar, come on, buddy. 0 for 3 today. 1 hit on the series. You, sir, need to produce. First pitch is low for ball 1. Folks. Ugh. Sorry. I said it pregame. My sinuses have been an issue, and right now they are being really annoying. First, our next pitch is a strike. First strike. It's 1-1 on Gunnar. A long ball would tie the ball game. 1-1 pitch. Swing, and a bad swing from Gunnar. Just a wave of the bat. Didn't fully commit. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Gunnar. Booby. Baby. Help us out. The 1-2 pitch from Lovelady. Hit on the ground, foul. Hey, Fitz is here. Hey, Fitzy. Thomas Fitzpatrick, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, Charm City chat. Sorry.
How you been, Fitz? Don't ask me how it's going. How's it going for you, man? That matters more. 1-2 pitch outside, 2-2. Folks. Two out, runner at first. The 2-2 pitch coming to Gunnar Henderson. Here it is. Hit in the air. Does it have enough on it? No. It's going to hang up there in left center field. Chased down by Young, the center fielder, for the final out. Gunnar. Just an abysmal series at the plate. Another runner left on. How many base runners has he had to go along with the lack of the hits? I mean, it's just really bad right now. Folks, we are through 7 innings of play. The Orioles do cut the 4-run deficit in half with a 2-run homer from Jackson Holliday. We head to the 8th. It's the Nationals 6 and the Orioles 4. What's the score? The score keeps changing. It's a funny thing about sports, right, Rob? How the score changes? It keeps doing that. I know. It's the most annoying thing. I want a sport where the score just stays the same. Why does it keep doing that? It keeps changing. Weird. I don't know. It's just one of the flaws of us humans, you know? We're flawed. I'm sure AI could come up with a good sport where the score just is always the same. And that's what we'll be enjoying maybe in another 20 years or so. I am referring to the scores in the corner. Okay? Which one do you want to know about? Not sure. How can I help you? How may I help you, sir? There is a very prominent score of the game that we're watching at the top middle of your screen. It currently reads 6-4. Out-of-town scores are updated and cycle throughout the ballgame. Folks, top of the 8th inning, and first pitch is a base hit in the right center field by Dylan Cruz. Albert Suarez, 25 pitches before the start of this inning, and pitch 26 results in a leadoff single for the Nationals. Oh, Hank, that's funny. Not enough scoring in soccer. I don't know. I've seen the Orioles offense put up some soccer-looking scores. This pitch fouled away by Dalen Lyle. 0-1 the count. There's a couple with an umbrella. Perhaps we're starting to get some raindrops in the ballpark. Yeah, I can see the helmet of Lyle looks a little bit wet. Change-up misses low and away. 1-1 the count. Lyle 0 for 3. One for his last 18, according to George, for Gunnar Henderson. It's there, Rob. Here's a ball hit out to left field. Taylor Ward will back up to the edge of the warning track and make the catch. Runner at first will retreat, 1 away in the top of the 8th. Never mind. You figured it out, right? All right, Rob. Figuring out how a screen works. I'm just teasing you, buddy. I'm glad you figured it out. Yeah, those stupid phones. Here's a bunt attempt by Young. He fouls it at the plate. 0-1. Jacob Young 0 for 3. All right, we're all squared away. What is this? Is that Ben McDonald in one of those? That looks like Ben McDonald on the right. That flat top. Hey, folks, keep those likes going. It might be hard to get to 150 today. It's been a pretty low turnout, especially compared to last night. I can understand why a lot of people didn't want to revisit the trauma that was last night. Oh, that was Ben and Mike Mussina? Okay, it was Ben. Okay. Oh, Moose. Why, Moose? Why? 0-2 to Jacob Young. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Albert with a heater 3 inches or more above the zone. Young chasing and coming up with squadoosh.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
2 down for your beat, Vivas. And wow, we got that call. That was above the zone. Should have been ball 1. Vivas did not challenge. Both teams have 1 challenge left. That one's high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Folks, again, please hit that like button. We do need to pick up the pace there. And I don't think the odometer has rolled over tonight either. Folks, if you're watching right now and you're not subscribed, give it a chance and help out the channel today because the numbers are down. And the team currently down as well. Let's not make it a double downer. Let's help out the channel. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. 2-1 pitch. Low for ball 3. I wasn't laughing when he went into the hall with a Yankee hat on. Ground ball to Basayo. He will try to recover. He dives to the first base bag and hits it with his glove to get out number 3. It was not a very athletic looking play. Sammy looking a little bit out of his element here. But that's God. Sammy. Kind of over and kind of, I don't know, Sammy, I don't know. That was a little bit funny to watch, but we get the out. Folks, the inning is over. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. We've got 2 more innings to hit, down by 2 runs in a game we really, 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 really need to win. I could say have to win, but that would imply it's impossible to make the postseason like this is some sort of elimination game. But we really do need to win this game. He went in with a blank hat? Is that right? All right. That hurts less. I don't know why I thought that then. I guess I just knew he didn't have a Oriole hat. And I guess I just assumed. And folks, you've seen the Bad News Bears. You know what happens when you assume. That's right. Are we still getting one-hit wonders? I heard my father cried. Folks, I didn't get a whole lot of resistance when I suggested that the appropriate answer to that one-hit wonder question is indeed Ram Jam Black Betty. It really is the ultimate one-hit wonder song in my humble view. Folks, P.J. Poulin, a lefty on. Second time we've seen him in the series. He will be facing, is that Adley up? Adley. Followed by Alonso. And who's after that? First pitch inside to Rutschman for ball 1. Adley, Alonso, and Basayo. Nasim Nunez is in defensively for the Nats at second base. as Rutschman takes a strike right on the inside corner at the knees. He's going to challenge that. We just lost our last challenge. Come on, Adley. That made the count 1-1. All that did was make the count 1-1. It just was. I mean, I know it's later in the game now, but that wasn't the time. Come on, man. One and one the count instead of 2-0, which is what Adley was hoping for. Here's a ball hit to right. That ball is going to be caught out there by Cruz. One away. We're down to 5 outs. Rebalta throwing in the Nats pin, a right-hander. So Nunez over at second base now for your beat Vivas defensively. First pitch to Alonso from Poulin is outside for ball 1. Pete with that 2-run homer in the first, 0 for 2 since. We've had a couple of 2-run homers today. We might need one more in order to get this thing tied. The old bloop and a blast, or maybe a walk and a blast. 2-0 now to Alonso. Grant Wolfram currently up in the Oriole pen. You thought right, Carl. Strike 1. Sorry, 2-1 now on Alonso.
A polar bear stirs.
A polar bear stirs. 2-1 on Alonso. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Big swing there. 2-2. Carl is always right. Carl in chat? Always? Alonso, high fly ball, but it's shallow to left. And that will be out number 2, caught out there by Lyle. We're down to 4 outs. And with the lefty on the mound, the Orioles are going to pinch hit for Basayo here with Blaze Alexander. And the corresponding move defensively would be Blaze goes to third and Mayo moves over to first in the next half inning. Leody Taveras is shown in the on-deck circle, so if it gets to Dylan Beavers, it'll be Taveras. Inside ball 1 to Blaze. Ah. Well, hello to Tim, your buddy. 1-0 pitch to Alexander. Little chopper foul, little dribbler on the left side near home plate.
I do believe I'm on fire. I do believe I'm on fire.
Come on, folks. Even with 2 down, just get Blaze on and Taveras pinch hitting. If we can get Blaze on base. Hello, Timothy. How are you? 1-1 pitch to Alexander. And low for ball 2. White Sox coming to town tomorrow night, folks. First pitch is at 6:35 p.m. I hate that start time. Coverage will start at 6:15 p.m. Eastern, which will be 5:15. Or no. Oh, I got this wrong. I set this up for my AM time. So if you're seeing it scrolling at the bottom, I just fixed it. No, I didn't. I just screwed it up. What have I done? All right. Coverage starts at 6:15 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, folks. Ground ball to the left side by Blaze. Shortstop Abrams throws on the run, and Alexander is out. The Orioles do nothing here in the 8th inning. 1 inning left to go in this rubber game. The Orioles trail by 2, 6-4 Nationals, going to the 9th, folks. Oh, boy. You enjoy the channel. Thank you. Folks, thank you for enjoying the channel. And we got about 200 people here now. It's pretty late in the game. In fact, we are going to the 9th inning. And we have not had a whole lot of activity in terms of likes and subscribers in this game here today, certainly compared to last night. Let's try to make a final push, folks. We got nearly 200 people here. I think we can get the likes to 150. Please take a moment and hit that thumbs up at the bottom of your screen. We're about 30 likes away from getting there. And we've got the numbers here to do that. And if you're watching right now and you're not subscribed, please consider giving that a try as well. It's free. There's no commitment. You subscribe. It'll make it easier to find the channel. It'll be part of your channel list, and it'll just show up in your recommends a little more often. And it gives you access to the Charm City chat here if you want to chat it up. You're free to just hang loose and not chat as well. That's fine. But the most important thing in terms of growing this community and this channel is everybody, when they subscribe, it has a very positive effect in terms of YouTube promoting the channel to more and more people that have never seen or had any idea of its existence. So basically, that's how I get promoted to try to grow things. And we're more than halfway to getting to where I'm going to be very comfortable, at least with my lifestyle, 10,000 subscribers. That wouldn't get it done if I still lived back in the U.S., if I'm perfectly honest. But living out here, what revenue can be generated with 10,000, that's going to be just enough for me to break even out here. And that's all I'm trying to do. All right, folks, we are underway in the top of the 9th. Grant Wolfram is on the mound. He's facing the switch-hitting batter, Keibert Ruiz, who's now batting right-handed for the first time today. And the count is 0-1 on Ruiz. Fouled back 0-2. Dr. Delay calls a great game, but BW keeps us hopping. Well, gee, Carl, I don't know if I feel complimented with that remark. I feel like I'd rather call a great game than just keep hopping. This pitch is high, gets out of the glove of Rutschman to the backstop. Ball 1. 1-2 the count. I want to call a great game. We are degenerates, Matt. That is for damn sure. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ruiz strikes out. Folks.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
What's that about a good morning? Folks. Here's James Wood as the lineup turns over for the Nationals. This is a line drive base hit into center field right in front of Cowser. 1-out single for the Nationals. Somebody hear something? Shut up. Folks, oh, we got Mega Hunter trying to spell out Orioles. Oh, we are struggling, aren't we? O-R, lowercase I. Here's a throw down the second and a strike thrown by Rutschman to nail James Wood trying to steal second. Adley is getting better and better. In terms of throwing out base runners, he has found it. It's as good as he's ever been at it, folks. Get out of here. James Wood, out number 2, courtesy of Adley Rutschman. Gunner with the tag. George has got Wood right now. The count is 1-1 with 2 down, nobody on Luis Garcia Jr., who's had a hell of a day. 2 homers and a double. He's driven in what, 4 or 5 runs? He has driven in 5 runs, 5 of the 6 runs. Justin Lawrence, who got the save in the game last night, is up in the pen right now for the Nats. And if they're going to go back to him for a save, if we can't do it a second chance with his numbers, Garcia with a ball hit to left, Ward with a long run into the corner, and he makes the catch. Just about ran out of room, catching that ball near the foul line. Might have been a foul ball. Just a couple of steps left after hitting that line. Ward running full bore there. Gets the 3rd out. Folks, we are going to the bottom of the 9th. We need a 9th inning rally. Adley leading the league in throwing out base runners at a 36% clip. Very nice. And it's only gotten better as the season's gone on, Phantom. I want to say maybe that first month, it was nowhere near that percentage. Feel like the last couple of months, it's just gotten better and better. I would say in the last dozen steal attempts, he's gotten half of them. Maybe even like 7 out of 12. I mean, it's been fantastic. Hey, folks, only a half inning left, but I need to get up and... All right, I'll just be honest with you. I got to go take a quick leak. I got to be fast. Be right back.
He met a strange friend in the Chesapeake Bay when Monday the monster...
Drop the big one.
What? Over? Did you say over? Nothing is over until we decide it is.
Ante up and kick in like men. Like men! Ante up and kick in like men. Like men!
Folks, it's not Lawrence on. It is a lefty, PJ Pullen, who stays in the game to face Tyler O'Neill, who's on to pinch hit for Dylan Beavers. So the Orioles pinch hit a right-hander. The Nats had a righty up in the pen, Lawrence, but they stick with Pullen here. O'Neill with a foul ball down the right field corner. Not that far from the foul pole, guys. But it is just strike 2 on Tyler O'Neill. The 0-2 pitch to O'Neill is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tyler, please help us. Poulin, next pitch. That ball is well hit off the bat to center field, going back to the track, but there with just enough room to make the catch is Young. O'Neill hit it hard, and if he had pulled it or gone the other way, it probably would have resulted in some sort of extra base hit, but straightaway center field, it's an out. 1 away. 2 outs left to go. Down by 2. The batter, Kobe Mayo. Facing a lefty. Hopefully Mayo can do something. First pitch, and that's a backdoor sweeper catching the black for strike 1. Up, thank you, Phantom. In the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. Where's a button? Give me this camera. A 1-1 to Mayo. Low and away, 2-1. Tavares is up on deck now to pinch hit, it would appear, for Colton Cowser with the lefty on the mound. Get on base any way you can, Kobe. We need a base runner more than we need a home run right now. The 2-1 pitch. That's low. 3-1. Okay. I'll hit that bugle for you, folks. Folks, we need 24 likes to get to 150. We got 200 people here. We can do it. Please hit that thumbs up. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. And that one gets away. What? There's nobody on base. It's a 1-out walk. And that'll get the tying run up to the plate here in the 9th inning, folks. We needed somebody on base. We've got it.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
And Tavares up to pinch hit.
Oh, come on, let's dance.
One out in the bottom of the 9th. Orioles trail by 2. Runner at first. Here's the first pitch to Leody Taveras. It is in there for a strike, a sinker at the bottom of the zone, only 89 miles an hour. All right, I nursed that drink as long as I could. The 0-1 pitch. Up and away, 1-1 the count. I tell you this, if the Orioles get as close as you can to coming back, but come up short like we have so many times lately, I just don't know if my heart can take it. Either come back or just go out quietly. Don't do this to me again. Here's a ground ball hit to second base, flipped to the bag for 1, relay to first in time, and I guess I've been given my choice, and the option is in the game now. It is a game-ending double play ball, and the Orioles lose the series. Final score, 6-4 Nationals.
Big buck, stop it all.
No hot lettuce. Yeah, that's how the team's been playing lately. About as well as hot lettuce on a burger or sandwich. Slimy. Gross. Nasty. Mm. 7 games under. I said it yesterday, folks, after that loss, that game you saw yesterday was who we were until we aren't. That is who we are until we're not. And after winning the opener here, and folks, let's be honest, that opening win, if it weren't for a brilliant pitching performance by Trevor Rogers, we only got 3 runs. Folks, we never scored more than 4. We put more on the board today than we did in the first 2 games. 3 runs, and 4 today. That is not good enough. 10 runs in a series. And guess what? The Nationals scored 11 runs. So they outscored us by 1 run, 11-10 in this series. And we are walking away, dropping 2 out of 3 at home. Folks, somebody's got to be held accountable. Colton Cowser had a great game. And I'm glad I got to watch him look as good as he did today. He basically did something right in just about every phase of the ball game today. Showing off how much he contributes to this team when, again, if you take away his hitting problems over the last season and a half or so. Season and a half, I guess. Dude's been a baller. I think he's a guy I want to have on my team. And I'm willing to put up with a low average with him more than, say, Kobe Mayo, for example. I mean, what is the point of having Mayo with a sub-200 average if the guy defensively is going to cost you just about every time? I mean, not every play, but every game. If he's in there starting, really one of the worst defensive third basemen I've seen for us in quite some time. I'd have to rack my brain to think of a guy worse. I'm sure there is one, but of course they probably didn't last long because of it. But yeah, Mark Reynolds, yeah, but I mean, did he play a lot of third base for us? I thought he did earlier in his career, like with the Diamondbacks. Did he play third? Oh, I guess he did, right? Was he the guy before Manny? Did we go from Reynolds straight to Machado? That's quite the defensive upgrade. But, yeah, Reynolds moved him to first for Manny. Yeah. But Mark Reynolds also a little more dependable with the offense than Mayo as well. But that might be a decent comp if Mayo does develop a little bit more and stays in the game because he can hit lefties pretty good. Mark Reynolds might be a pretty decent comp in terms of who he is. Folks, I don't know what to tell you. Let me bring up the full schedule so I can just compare the W's and the L's lately for our team here. Because we've been trending. Yeah, we've lost 4 out of 5. We've lost 4 of the last 5. And again, the only win in there was the opener of this series. And that was not a convincing win whatsoever. You want to go back to the last convincing win? That's the first game of that Angels series, a 6-1 win. And that was our 3rd win in a row. We had won 12-1 the game before that over the Dodgers. That's when on that day, we were feeling pretty good. That Monday game against the Angels on the 22nd. So about a week ago. Since then, it has been a really tough week. Or as Ben puts it, the Orioles suck. Thank you, Ben. I was trying to maybe put a little finer point on it. Maybe just go a little bit deeper than that. Oh, the Orioles stink. Okay, well, that's another way of looking at it. That's deeper analysis to think about there. They suck and they stink. But are they good in your mind? Are they any good? All right, so this guy on the right is the one talking about we were 45 over since Adley joined the team. Yeah, but we're 40 over in 1 year and 20 over in another. So we were 60 over for 2 of those seasons, which means we've been 20 under for the rest. So why are you talking about that now like that means something? Just the worst stat I've ever heard earlier in the pregame show. We aren't who we thought we were. Folks, I wanted to go 5-6 on this homestand. That is no longer mathematically possible. 4-2 is as good as it could possibly be, and that would require not losing another game, sweeping the White Sox. I suppose you can say it's not, it's not a crazy notion to do that because we did do it already this season. We did sweep the White Sox at their ballpark earlier in the year. We do have that. We don't have a lot of sweeps on the year, so it's not hard for me to remember them. They're one of them. In fact, they're one I think of only 2. That and that sweep against the Rays, I think is it. We have 2 sweeps. We have 2 sweeps at this stage of the season. Tell you what, folks. I don't know. At this point, I honestly feel like the only way we have a chance to make the playoffs this year is that the players on this team just start playing to their potential in spite of what I feel. Again, I'm still putting, depending on the player, I'm putting different levels of responsibility and blame or whatever for their performance on the field because, at the end of the day, they got to produce. But I don't feel like they've been coached up. I feel like, this first season with Alvarez, we're now, 85 games into this. The honeymoon period, I think, is over. I think it's time to start assessing, you're going to give the guy the year, the Orioles organization at least, to pluck this guy sort of out of obscurity based on sort of their research about what they feel like makes for a really, really good manager instead of going for somebody with a little more of a track record or something. So that tends, if we brought in a veteran manager and he managed this team to this record right now, I don't think that manager's going to be around for another year, if not fired before the end of this one. But with Alvarez being new and kind of looked at as a developing manager, like a prodigy kind of a guy in their eyes, he's going to be around. The ownership certainly talked up Elias coming into this season. They didn't really look at last season as any reason to have nothing but confidence in Elias. They promote him to, president of baseball operations or whatever. That tends to make you believe that it's going to be harder for that divorce to take place. But, I mean, if you're ownership, how do you not, with back-to-back seasons, if this team continues to play like this, how do you not eventually go, you know what, I think it might be time to cut this tumor off or whatever. What's the expression? Cut it off at the head or whatever? I don't know. You gotta fix this thing from the top down, it would seem. With the way things are looking right now. I don't know. I don't want to, again, for the faithful out there, again, we're not out of it. We have the benefit of a very weak league this year where a final wild card spot might only need a record barely over 500. But the fact of the matter is, again, you can't keep losing series when you're already under 500 in the second half. You got to start making up for all those lost series that gave you that losing record in the first half. We're going to have to make up for this series with the next series coming up. We got to make up for so much. And eventually, you're just going to run out of chances to do it. And it's really hurting my morale right now. What is 7 plus 7? What is 8 plus 9? Okay. Thank you for the hard-hitting questions. Let me bring up my calculator app. Oh. Doesn't seem to be opening right now. I'm sorry, I can't help you. Folks. Hey, folks, we're down to only 70-something people here right now. Everybody's fleeing for the exits. Hard not to blame you. You got plenty of your Sunday afternoon and evening to enjoy, and I hope that you do. Actually, it is already pretty much coming up. What is it, almost 5 o'clock out there? 4:48 p.m.? How long was this game? Was this a long game? It didn't feel that long. We started, what, at 1:30? That was a 3-hour game. 2 hours, 55 minutes, 27,600 in attendance for those that care. They've had a losing month every month this year. Yep. You can't do that and expect to make the playoffs. That's for sure. If you can't win more than 3 in a row or whatever, I mean, two sweeps. Can't get on a 4-game win streak. You add all these little things up. It just doesn't add up to a team heading. I mean, something significant and drastic has to change and shift in the positive direction. And where's it coming from? That's the question. What is the impetus? How does turning this thing around originate? What are the options for doing so? I mean, you talk about a particular player putting a team, quote unquote, on their back. Do we have something like that? I don't know. It just feels like even when an individual player on this team does something great, like Kowser, again, Kowser played a hell of a game here today. He did some things that really got some cheers from the crowd, had me pumped, and I felt like if I'm feeling pumped with the way Kowser's playing, his teammates should be feeling pretty pumped too. Maybe it'll inspire them. Just don't know. I don't know how this team. There might be. I hate the expression clubhouse cancer because, I don't know if cancer is the best word to use as a colloquialism or whatever, but whatever. You're familiar with the term. I don't know if maybe we just need to do a little bit of surgery with this roster. Maybe one of our core guys, and you guys can decide who that core guy is, but maybe one of our core guys is dragging this team down. I don't know. I just don't know what else we can do to try to fix this thing because, again, I don't think Alvarez is going anywhere. I think he'll be the coach or the manager to at least start next season. I mean, depending on how we finish, Elias, I'm not going to completely rule out from having a chance to get fired, but I'm not confident it's going to happen right now. There's game 86. Yeah, there's always game 86. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, overall, guys, you know, we know when the team's playing good, when we're playing good baseball, that there's vibes. You know, you can sense it. You can see it in the players. Whenever they cut to the dugout, you see the positive energy that's there. You see that they're enjoying playing this game. And again, I'm talking about times where, you know, we're winning, but, you know, it's even a good team is still losing 4 out of 10 games. And when we'd lose those 4 games in a 10-game stretch, we were still, you know, playing with that same energy and not letting it get us down or not pressing or whatever. I don't know how to get that energy. Something has to spark the team, right? Is there anything we have that can do it with what we have right now? Because I don't know what's going to change until at least next season. And if nothing's going to change until next season, if there isn't something that's going to change this dynamic, then I don't see how we're looking at a team that's going to turn this around right now. Just don't. I'm sorry to be so negative about it. I'm probably talking to like 12 people at this point. All right, we got a few people here, but I don't know. I just want to weigh in on things right now. I feel like, you know, I used to, first couple of seasons on the channel, maybe about once a month, just do like a sort of a podcast thing on an off day, like a 1 hour, 90-minute maybe BW addresses the team, state of the team address or something, I call it. And I haven't really done that all year this season. Maybe I should. Maybe it's time to just sit down and talk about what the hell we got to do or what we should expect this team to try to do to get us in the right direction. What is it? Play a Manzo clip. What is a Manzo? Mansolino? I mean, I've only got the one.
So it's not the best option, but it just is what it is.
It is what it is, folks. That's how Mansolino would explain how we're playing right now. You know, it is what it is. You know, sometimes you just lose 3 or 4 games in a 10-game stretch in miserable, heartbreaking fashion. It is what it is. Sometimes you just keep finding new ways to lose. It is what it is. Sometimes your defense continues to get worse as the season goes on for some reason. It is what it is. Sometimes your team's baseball IQ is somewhere in the neighborhood of Forrest Gump. It is what it is. Oh, boy. I was wondering if you wanted to just do a chat during the All-Star break or after the season. Well, I mean, when I do those podcast type things, I do pretty much respond to everything going on in the chat and try to, you know, encourage questions and conversation and whatever. But I don't know when I'm going to do that. Honestly, with the way things are going, my off days, I just look forward to kind of taking a break from it all. But All-Star break might be a good time. It's only a couple of weeks away now. I may or may not call the actual All-Star game. I think I've done it the first couple of seasons. But don't hold me to that, but might call the All-Star game. If we only have one representative and it's like a reserve, depending on who it is, I don't know. I may just skip that and just take a little 3-day holiday somewhere. That wouldn't be a bad idea either. If we can get some rain and cool things down over here. All right, folks. I've been flapping my gums for too long. It's coming up on 4 a.m. here. I have a window here to lay down and fall asleep before the sun comes back up and get a couple hours in here. Make up for lost time. All right, so that's my plan. Let me see who's streaming right now, and I will redirect you that way. Let me also take the opportunity to say thanks to the mods in the Charm City chat for keeping the chat nice and charming. Thanks as well to the folks that helped out by hitting the like button. I don't think the odometer rolled over one time today, did it? Reds Pirates. Is this game currently on right now? Okay, bottom of the 7th. The Pirates have a 5-4 lead. They also have 2 on with nobody out. That just hit a rain delay. As I'm looking at that scoreboard, it just turned into a rain delay for Dr. Delay. Well, let me just hurry up and move you over there. I'm sure he's still talking. Give him a like and then go about your business, all right? But for that, otherwise, that's it for me, folks. I'm feeling pretty bummed. Feeling pretty bummed. I don't know about none, Scott. Again, the odometer only rolls over every 10 subs. So theoretically, if the day started at, say, 5161, it might be on 5169. I might have gotten like 8. But I'll have to go in and check. But either way, yeah, numbers were down today all across the board with this game. Hopefully things will pick back up, but the team needs to start playing better. I feel, in order to keep some of these bird watchers engaged. A lot of people, I can't blame them. I mean, folks, it's not just about the fact that we're on the record we're at and, you know, in the place in the division we're at and whatever. It just has to do with how we've been losing games lately. It's been ugly. It has been quite ugly. This team was already playing below 500 baseball for the first couple of months or so, but these last couple of weeks, we're losing in ways that are just really hard to take, at least for me. And I can understand why some people probably are going to decide to check out until they pick up the paper or whatever and see that the O's maybe win 5 in a row and get their ass back, or if not back, get their ass in gear for some sort of a push. All right, folks, I'm done. Again, I'm going to send you to Dr. Delay. He's called Dr. Delay for a reason, folks. He's got a rain delay. You get it? So let's see how good Dr. Delay is at doing delays. Until tomorrow night, folks, we'll be playing the White Sox. Hope you'll join me. 6:15 p.m. for the start time on the stream, Eastern. I'll see you then. Until then, folks, have a good rest of your Sunday. This has been the BirdWatcher, and I will chirp at you later. Final score, Nationals 6 and the Orioles 4. Take it easy, guys.